All right, folks, we are live. Welcome into Fandom Menace tonight for July 1st, 2020. So, you read the title of tonight's show, Be Signing Books. I have a pallet full of comic books in this apartment that we sold to the Indiegogo, and they're finally here. We've been processing for a little bit. Some people have them, like Anna, that Star Wars girl, but we'll be having some fun with that tonight. So, as you can see, this really giant, well, there's just a lot of them. I'll show you a picture in a second. But it'll be a fun night. Now, we're not just talking exclusively about comics or anything like that. We can talk about anything. It's a normal Fandom Menace show. This is just going to be a twofer, a double feature, if you will. So these aren't too small, but we got cases of these. And what's inside? Well, we'll show you in a minute. Now, original plan was to get these printed from a company called Print Ninja. But upon further inspection, they print their books in China. And with the coronavirus, I didn't trust that shit. So it took a little longer, but we went through the company that prints DC's books, and the fucking quality is impeccable. So let's see. Hello, we got Geektimus Prime in the chat. What's up, Go Big Boar, Go Home. We have Ricardo Martinez. We have Lick the Comics. All right. There you go. Let's see. I'm doing well, 94 Ejac. Hail, Mark Santos. Hello, Hungry Ewok, as well as Breadman Productions. Let's see. Is Licking the Comics a thing? I mean, okay, that's fine if you want. There we go. We'll lick a comic book. We won't give this one to anybody else. Don't want to give my germs away to people, even though I'm not sick. But hail, chat. So let's see. Jesse will be joining me in a little bit to help with these things. But it's exciting that it's finally about to be done. We have all new pages, so we have little pages in the back, and that's what we're going to be, that's where we'll be signing this shit. So, Jesse, apparently licking the comics is a thing.
Licking them?
Yeah, so I licked one, but we're not going to give that one out.
It's weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
Do people want your licked copies?
No, I don't think so. No one has asked for that. That'd be a little weird, don't you think?
I would think, but why is licking them a thing to begin with?
I don't know. Apparently, it's the thing with Ethan, like licking the butter, licking the comics. Okay.
Cool. Sure.
Licking the butter is one thing because it's food, but you know.
I mean, to be fair, Ethan goes to other people's house and licks all the butter.
That's true.
So.
And it's also awesome that Ethan, you go to his house, he's got 4 pies just sitting there on the counter.
That is true.
So he does not bullshit you. Ethan is a man of his word. He does not BS you about the pies. He's got there. Let's see.
Jane is high.
No.
He's got 2 underneath him, and he can't figure out what to do with them.
So we got no kink shaming. Let's see. Every time I hear beer bug, I keep thinking of Power Rangers villain humanoid bug guy wearing a beer. That's not a bad way to interpret it. Every time I hear the beer bug, I just think of a beer drinking a Corona or something like that. Canceled Venom requests 1 licked copy and a lock of hair. Well, thank you for your super chat, Canceled Venom. There'll be a secondary Indiegogo. You can get one of those. Maybe we'll offer that as a tier. A lock of hair.
From your chest.
From my chest? Oh, God. Cancel Venom also says, I wore my prettiest Sith nipple implants tonight. I'm sorry that Tom's not here, because if Tom was here, he would gladly be excited.
Sith nipples?
Yeah, Tom loves the Sith nipples.
Okay.
Let's see, are the cats going to get into the comics? No, these are all sealed, and then we reseal them with a circle and an X through it once they're all signed and put back up. I don't like cat hair in my shit, so, they'll all come wrapped in a plastic bag, too. We're talking. We got a Cyborg video out that just came out a few moments ago. It was, news that Joss Whedon apparently was abusive towards Ray Fisher, the guy who played Cyborg, and I keep wanting to call him Ray Stevens, aka the Punisher. Nicholas Glenn says, "You get my Facebook messages. That going to be too much to read." Oh, dude, I haven't checked. I was working on the video after that. I can, if you need something else recorded for your Echo-based documentary, I'll record it after dinner tonight and send that to you. So, let's see. Cat hair makes everything better. Let's see. Reno Rockstar says, went to subscribe to the channel, no uploads for 2 months. That's incredibly incorrect. I had an upload, like I said, a couple minutes ago. We've had videos coming out every couple of days. I think in the past calendar week, I've had 6 videos alone. So, Yes, go big boy, go home. Can Jesse kiss my copy? Yes, Sean, of course. Jesse can kiss your copy for you.
Lipstick or no lipstick?
Lipstick or no lipstick? That's your choice, man.
We can give you a color scheme.
Yeah, color scheme. Where we aim to please.
Purple, red.
Well, he's a cool dude. He should be able to pick. Help good taste. Thanks, nice try. I appreciate that. I'm a fan of him, so that's always cool. I was actually wearing that T-shirt earlier, but I was like, if I'm gonna go on stream, I'll put on something fairly decent. And by the way, folks, like I said, I'm signing these, so I'm not trying to seem disinterested. But we're going out of town. I want to get these knocked out. The thing that I've been waiting on the most, well, where's it at? It's over there. It's out of reach. When Jesse comes over, I'll show you. I had to order these special non-foldable mailers to make sure that the post office doesn't fold people's books up like the other time. So, and now I see a lot of people talking about how the Joss Whedon thing is like Jimmy Kimmel. I will say this. When it comes to cancel culture, if it's a moral thing, I don't think you should be canceled. Who am I to judge? I don't care what people do with their private lives. Now, when it comes to something a little more serious like a crime, I'm not saying they need to be canceled, but the law is the law. So if you're going to follow it, that's that. So I know you brought up Roman Polanski earlier, Jesse. I think it's fine to enjoy his movies and stuff, but
you should never be involved in it.
Well, it's just if he comes back to Hollywood, when he comes to America, he's got to serve the time for his crimes. That's none of these people aren't above everybody else. If Roman Polanski or Bill Cosby or anybody does this shit that they do, well, hey, the law's the law. Other than that, somebody didn't, do whatever. They slept with somebody else's wife or they made a joke or whatever. Get over it. So I'm not all about the. Let's see. Oh, it was the wrong link. Okay. When do I plan on making a second issue? Well, Acid Blade, we can't really make a second issue. We have a second printing, but this is a complete story. It's a graphic novel now. It's not just a comic book. Originally, it was like, hey, it's a 44-page comic. Well, with all the delays and other crap, I decided to make it even better. So it's like about a 100-page graphic novel. So there we go. How about a bikini pic of Jesse with the comic? Sell 10 times more comics. Should I do a bikini cover, Jesse, of you?
If you want to do a bikini cover, it's going to cost a lot. I want royalties.
What?
So if you can do it, it's going to cost you a bunch, and I want royalties.
Well, I mean, the audience likes what they like. What up, Bad SSL? Good to see you. Taker610 says Josh should have abused Ezra Miller till he quit. Ugh. Well, look, we don't know what actually happened. There's all kinds of conjecture right now. If that's the case, if Ray Fisher, crap, okay, I got his name right. If he was abused, who knows what else went on the set. I think the Justice League film was probably one of the most convoluted and messy productions in a long time. Because you don't really hear much going on with these Marvel films. It's because they have a plan. When you try to change your plan midstream, you have too many issues. So Taker610, I get what you're saying with all levity, but you think there'd be a much bigger pushback because isn't Ezra Miller gay?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't follow his career. But I mean, it's like the oppression Olympics. Who's more oppressed?
That was what I thought was just so interesting, though, about Ray Fisher's tweet was how he put it right there. He put, accountability is more important than entertainment. And that just begs the question to me, let's say this is true. Let's say this is 100% true, and Whedon was just totally inappropriate with the actors and the way he handled the shooting. What's your responsibility, Ray Fisher, for this accountability? You went on Comic-Con panels praising Joss Whedon, singing his praises, talking about how great he was to work with.
Well, what about when you sign the NDAs? All actors have to sign NDAs, and it's with the Star Wars stuff. Look at John Boyega.
But this negates that. If there's actual inappropriate things happening on set that are not fair, that violate, the rights of the actor, then that doesn't matter. And as you said, accountability is more important than entertainment. People have broken NDAs in the past if things are so important. If it's this important, and again, then the NDAs are not like, oh, it expires after X number of years. If there's an NDA about shooting, there's an NDA about shooting until the film comes out. Or it's a permanent one forever. It's not like, oh, you can't talk about anything that happened on set for the next 2 years. It's either you can't talk about what happens on set until the film comes out, or you can never talk about what happens on set. It's not, it's not like the NDA suddenly expired and now we can talk about it. So I'm asking, well, my question is, if this is so bad, and I'm not saying it is or it isn't, because we just don't know. That's what pisses me off too, by the way, to come out one day and say, I disavow this, to come out the next day and tweet, oh, this abuse, and not say anything. To me, whether or not he has a legit case, he's handling this. This is entertainment. He's handling this as a power play for himself, to bring attention to himself. When was the last time Ray Fisher was in the news cycle? Now, all of a sudden, 2 days running.
I think this is also his first movie. I think he's just a stage actor that broke in. So there you go. So he's figuring out how to play the Hollywood game now, because he's irrelevant. No one's offering. What has he done since then? I don't know. I don't really follow him.
I don't know either.
I don't think most of it. Look at what has Gal Gadot done since Justice League? Nothing. Sure. Wonder Woman 84 is going to be her next big. Well, no, wait. Was she in that stupid movie with Steve Carell and Isla Fisher?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The point is, I don't think that argument doesn't really, because most of those actors haven't done anything since Justice League.
But my point is that why is he trying? No, those actors aren't online running their mouths about what happened on set. That's my point. My point is that, if he's not getting work, if he's not doing anything, this sounds like a play for relevance. If it truly was so important and it truly was so egregious that he needed to speak out, he should have done it at the time. He should have walked off the project. He should have, waited. Whatever it is, it's just the timing to me. Again, even if his claims are completely legit, the timing is irresponsible. He doesn't have a leg to stand on anymore. If he wants to sit there saying accountability is more important than entertainment, walk the walk, buddy.
Okay. People liked what you had to say on the High Council, though. Let's see. Yeah, Justice League didn't set anyone's career on fire. Let's see. Sorry, folks. Like I said, signing stuff and trying to do a chat. Let's see. Yes, blah, blah, blah. Wreck-It Ralph. She had a baby. Okay. She was in Wreck-It Ralph, too? I've never seen that one. Have you?
No, I didn't see it. I liked one too much to spoil it with two.
I don't really like Sarah Silverman that much, but that doesn't really deter me from that. I just wanted to say I don't like her.
Great movie in spite of it.
The first one was.
The first one, yeah.
Let's see. Kendo has not sent me any emails. Kendo's job has been. It's just sucked right now because there's all this stuff that we'd like to do, but I'm the only one that's able to do this regularly. So that's why trying to get Dion involved with stuff is always hard. Because of that. The design of the t-shirt is either going to be, think in the cover, because the t-shirt comes in this awesome bag. See, that other company really screwed over my plans, but we got right here in this thing. I keep forgetting there's shit on screen. Yeah, so anybody who backed is going to get a cool mailer bag for your shirt. So we went all the extra steps. Just sucked what happened in the first time. Yakase, what's up? He says, hey, y'all. This is the first Fandom Menace stream I've been able to catch it over a month. Glad to be back. I've missed you all. Well, Yakase, glad to have you back. This is the end of, Fandom Menace tonight for the short term. I would like to do, if it can be viable on the secondary channel, that would be awesome. But I don't know if, hey, if you guys want it and we want to do it over there and it's successful as it is over here, and then we can, we'll figure something out. I know we got a couple exciting things I'm working on, something with another YouTuber in the Fandom Menace, but I need to make time for that. Bikini cover. I'll put it like this. There's another cover coming, and it's way cooler than anything you guys know about. What do you think?
It is pretty darn cool. All I gotta say, I'm warming up to the idea of a bikini cover.
I mean, if somebody would want it, that'd be fine. I wouldn't give a shit. The thing, though, is each edition is going to be different because I like multi-covers, but I also I got the, sometimes if you get these Marvel books, hardcore or hardcover and softcover books have different special features in them. So what I'd like to do is offer, you know what it is. As soon as the picture gets done, I'll tell everybody. I don't want it to not be done, Let's see. No, Jeff is not Hispanic at all. I have no Hispanic blood in my body. What up, Goober Brothers Entertainment? What up, everybody here in the chat? Donkeysaurus Rex, the end of an era. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it, though. It's been fun. But the thing is, it's not that I dislike interacting with people. It's that YouTube doesn't like... The algorithm does not enjoy our live shows. So, for example, let me give you guys a comparison. way back at the end of 2018 when we were doing Good Morning Pop Culture, we only went from August till the end of the year. We went from 70,000 to 74,000. Then, as soon as we stopped that after the year reset into 2019, we hit 100,000 by early February, and we ended the year at 150. But again, we've been doing a lot more of these because of the virus and stuff and trying to be like late night replacement for people. And again, it's kind of put the kibosh on the growth. Now, as I've made a concerted effort to do, even though YouTube doesn't tell you about the videos, it's definitely been a big improvement. So it's all about that, because if we stay stagnant, it just doesn't help the channel. So Canceled Venom, he says, Jeff and Tom in a bikini cover.
Yes.
Maybe for the High Council. What up, Brian? How you doing out there, man? Yes, I do have a shut-in beard. I'm going out of town to go see my mom, so I'm going to shave it off before I go home. So I have this coronavirus hair. I need a haircut desperately. Jesse, do you agree I need one?
Yeah.
Yes, I am Devin S. Both of those things, but no Hispanic blood in my body. That's why when everyone talks about, we talk about the forced diversity in entertainment and why it pisses me off. It's like, our show is accidentally diverse. We don't go on about it. It's not, who gives a shit? Nobody cares what color we are. If we can entertain you, that's what's important. Dion being afraid of horses is more fun than him being a black dude. So, that's why I take the stance I do on a lot of this stuff. And I get kind of mad when you have these hypocritical celebrities call for these hollow platitudes. Amy Chesner, I hope you feel better tomorrow as well. Big time. Everyone is 1% black. Where can you buy the novel? I'm going to have a secondary run of this. Like I said, it was some production issues, some other stuff, and now we got that all worked out. Got a really great company, and we'll make this available for everybody. Because the thing is, when we last did it, the channel was less than half the size it is now. So a lot of people want to know about it. We talk about it. The thing is, let me show you guys it for a second. For those who don't know, we're in the story. This is a story of our podcast, all the guys and stuff. So here's a fun page. This is a random page. But yeah, it's drawn and inked by me. We have it professionally colored and lettered by really great dudes. Always happy to work with other artists. And it's a fun parody. It's a little Star Wars parody. I don't want to give away too many spoilers and secrets, but, there's the guys. There we are. Stuff like that. And this is, nice, full gloss, high quality paper. And because the original run, it would have been Stealing Solo in a little black and white ash can edition. But I decided, since we had the delay, that the ash can edition would get put in the back, and it would become fully colored. So it's I'm trying to give a good example. This would have been in black and white initially. It was relettered, recolored, everything like that. So from the initial run where there was a mistake in the art, and I'll show you. It's funny. Jesse remembers this. The one thing that everyone glommed onto was there was literally a line from a panel that crossed into a frame, into the word balloon. So instead of people going on about that one thing, I went back and had all of it relettered and recolored. And this is old art, so don't judge it by that. This is 6 years old at this point. But it was a cool, fun story, and I'm proud of the older work as well. So Marty McFly, like I said, there'll be a second Indiegogo run with a super secret special cover that all your favorite creators know about for a reason. And like I said, then we'll be back in order. Like everyone wants to know, Jeff, why don't you have t-shirts? Why don't you have trading cards? All this stuff. You know why we don't? Because I got to make sure this one was done right first. And now that it's done and we're sending them out, then we can do all those things. Because I got to, put it like this. If I told you something first, I'll make sure we get it done the right way, and then we can go on and, do stuff with everybody. But for the early people that backed this, I wanted to make it the best thing possible. Jesse, what do you think? As somebody that's held both versions, what do you think of the new one?
This one is so vastly superior in every way.
Thank you.
I'm really excited for it. If you had an issue with your last one, you're going to be extremely satisfied. If you liked your last one, if you're satisfied with it, you're going to be blown away by this.
Yeah, you're still, no matter what. Here's the thing. If you backed it already, you're getting a new one. It's just going to come to your house one day. I have all the information. You still have time to update your address if you're one of those people. Some people have asked. And by the way, unlike the last place that I paid a lot more money to get these books done, we do it better. So we got these nice indestructible mailers, and they're very big, and your book comes in a nice plastic bag, as you can see the shine, new back cover, and everything like that. So thank you for handing me this. I mentioned it earlier in the stream.
Yeah,
so you're going to join me in a little bit?
Yeah, whenever you want.
Here, I'll put the table down. We'll talk about shit. We'll have fun. the audience is pretty cool tonight. Oh, the audience is always cool, but I've never done one of these being on camera. And Jesse had a listener that sent her a green screen. Who was the listener?
Mongo.
Mongo's big thing. Used to be Mongo Ventura, so he's a big fan of both of our channels, big enthusiast of the Fandom Menace. But gonna play around with some ideas because making videos faster might help. So if I'm on it, maybe it'll help that. So.
Yeah. Here, I'm gonna do something here.
Yeah, you take it. We brought beer. You're the best.
Of course, I brought beer.
So yes, Marty McFly, like I said, I'll let everybody know what's up with that. No. I don't know why people think something happened with Doomcock and I. It was Mundane Matt that made a video about Doomcock, and I didn't want to talk about Mundane Matt on the channel because I said I don't want to say his name, so people assumed his name meant Doomcock.
No,
Doomcock was on the High Council a couple weeks ago, and he's fine. We have no bad blood. We've literally never had a bad word between us. So, and it's not hiding or anything like that. PR buzz. Seriously, we've just never had an issue together. So, I just want to nip that in the bud because I don't want people to think there's dissension among the ranks of the Fandom Menace.
It make me be on camera.
You could be on camera. People want to see you.
If you make me be here, you might as well be able to see me.
Of course,
my smoky eyes. It's from a project I'm working on.
Your secret project is a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
What do I think of modern wrestling? I don't watch as much modern wrestling as I could. I watched WrestleMania. I was disappointed. I've been to this would have been my 15th WrestleMania in a row. I'm a big WWE fan overall, but it's just not what it used to be. And so Jesse knows we watched 2 pay-per-views outside of WrestleMania this year.
True.
It's just it's not even just the virus though. It's just bad wrestling in general. So,
I'll hand me a stack. I'll start bagging.
Thank you. I'll give you the smaller stack first.
Cool.
So yes, like I said, folks, we got nice. These are comic book standard size bags, so everything could come to you nice and clear and safe. And realistically, the envelopes don't need it, but I didn't want anything to mar this nice sheen.
Mm-hmm.
So our friend Mike's Comics says, what are your thoughts on Star Wars reset theory? Like it, don't like it, or is it a start? It's a theory right now. I don't know. I have to see it to believe it. Until Disney says something, a restart theory, I think their idea of what a Star Wars reset would be the High Republic and how they're going to try to basically start a new era of Star Wars pre-Episode 1. So Yoda would still be alive and a Jedi. He might be the only crossover character.
That's true.
How do you feel about that?
If they reset the universe, I don't think they're going to do it. Like I said, I agree with you. I think the worst. I think they actually should have gone out of universe sooner. I wish that Lucas had gotten an exclusivity clause. That's like the Tolkien estate has that. That's why with the show they can't use any of his characters. I'd love for something like that with I wish George Lucas's deal had been something like that. Yeah, use the universe, use the Jedi, use whatever time periods you want. Just don't touch the Skywalkers, the Solos, Palpatine, any of that shit off limits. That would have been great. And so if that's the route they go in the future, I'm not going to be sad. As long as they don't come out and say, oh, none of this matters, or this is an alternate timeline where none of these things happen, which I don't know why they would do that. It doesn't serve a value or a purpose any way you look at it. Mm-hmm. So I just don't. I have trouble swallowing that they're going to do something like that because there's just no reason to.
Comics Bear, thank you for the patience. Like I said, I always want to make this shit right because I didn't want to do one book, take the money and run. I want to do a bunch. Wokebusters is like a thing. Like I have a trailer for it. I can show you guys at the end of this. That's not, whatever. People will forgive it. No, we're going to make sure all these are right.
So you're saying is you don't want to end up like some people we've heard of who are consistently crowdfunding new books to try to pay for their last ones.
Yeah. Well, not even that. There are a couple. Salvador is a big supporter of Comicsgate, the earlier stuff. And a lot of those books, he said, just they haven't heard anything about it. And I'm not here to judge. I had my own issues. Mine was time with the channel and stuff. But,
or the people that are just not fulfilling their projects.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
There's one I backed that I never got, but I'm not going to say anything publicly because who might have put somebody on blast,
Sure.
Save me for fucking ever. But it took time, but it's done. So there we go. That's the best I can say. And by the way, anybody that contributed to it, I don't know. I mean, you should know this, but we have a thank you page, a backers page in this because the other place fucking printed it on the back cover and did all this other dumb shit. You've seen it. You remember how dumb it was. And they put a white background with a fucking shipping label and they sent it in the mail like that. That was like the shittiest thing that happened because I had just come back from Thanksgiving with you. Everything was cool. Then I found that out. Then I found out Grandma was sick. And so it was just a really shitty time. I had to call our secret kosher Kraken to get everything worked out. So
good for the kosher.
But yeah, Comics Bear, everything's been taken care of, and since you backed it, you'll enjoy the hell out of it. Like I said, it's a full graphic novel. It's got a cover gallery and everything.
You should find out who has the rights to the Hebrew Hammer, and one day when you guys do the kosher Kraken, see if you can do the crossover, the kosher Kraken and the Hebrew Hammer. How incredible would that be?
I bet you will. I bet you Viacom owns it because I'm pretty sure Viacom's Comedy Central, and it's a Comedy Central property. Because I was reading an interesting article the other day about the show called Undergrads on MTV, and the creator wanted to get the rights back to do a movie, and he had to get it from MTV, and it took years, but he eventually got it. So I'm saying stuff is possible with enough determination. Lokio7, thank you very much. He says, if you have a VPN, you can set it to the UK with Fight app, and you can sub to AEW plus $5 a month and watch their weekly show. All right, hold on. Let me pull up my phone because I'm going to do that. Because how we all talk about, support art, support independent creators. I believe in supporting AEW. Maybe I don't agree with everything Tony Khan says and all the way they handle everything, every piece of their business, but I do want wrestling to have competition. And for $5 a month to get that, I have no problem paying for that. I mean, we pay for, combined in this apartment, we have WWE Network, Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Plus, 2 accounts of Amazon Plus. One of us could cancel, but we pay for our own shipping thing. HBO Max, and what else? Apple TV, Apple Plus, right? So I'm saying there's a lot. One of these days when we get back, let's watch that Anthony Mackie, Samuel Jackson movie that we've been talking about.
We're gonna have to actually buy Apple TV soon once because I think in the fall our free year is gonna be gone. So
how? I thought you signed up for it when I came out here to watch the morning show. I moved out here.
I thought I already signed up for it.
No, what happened was you were getting your SAG Award shows, and you started to watch it, and it was too much to log in, or we forgot the password, and you just said, screw it, I'll buy it.
But did the thing. Okay,
yeah.
So I hadn't. Okay, cool. I forgot that I hadn't done that. Because I knew it. I think I looked into it when they launched it in the fall. But I guess I just never got around to it. I was like, I'll wait. Let's see.
Yeah, AJ Jeremy's 100% right. Jesse was talking about Mundane Guy, not
Mundane
Doomcock.
Matt. Yeah, no, not Doomcock. I ain't hating on Doomcock.
Yeah, and there you go. There's Dion as his action figure. Maybe he'll get a horse in the second printing.
Yeah, I've actually barely. Doomcock is the one person in the Fandom Menace. I don't think we've ever been on a stream together.
No,
and
maybe I don't know. I don't know your history.
No, I don't think we've ever been on a stream together. Actually, Gary was a late one for me, just even though apparently he'd been lurking on my channel since the dawn of time and never bothered to say anything because he's shy or something. And then he just got too big and he doesn't have time for little old me anymore. That's not true. Actually, last time I talked to him, when was he? He was on the High Council the other day for a bit or something. He was very sweet to me.
You, Gary?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was on 2 weeks ago. It was a really fun show.
It was.
By the way, I want
to fun of Jeremy.
Yeah, it's always fun to make Jeremy. The cool thing though about Jeremy is he's got a good sense of humor. I love when people if you throw a dig at Jeremy in the video, he's just gonna laugh it off because he knows it's fun.
Exactly.
But people be like, "Oh my god, people hate them." Like the core Fandom Menace creators all get along just fine.
Oh shit! I forgot to record that thing for Jeremy.
Oh shit! Things aren't fine anymore.
It's not fine. It's fun. It's a fun thing because a bunch of Jeremy's followers think that he hates me and that he fired me and that we're all enemies or he did kick me off the channel because people don't like me or something like that. So I'm just gonna make a little fun surprise. I will say this: as much as I don't like fan fiction or not fan fiction, but fan theories about certain things, it is funny when they write them about us because it's like we know the truth, and so I just chuckle. Like I really enjoy it. My favorite thing ever was the theory that the High Council broke up because. Once you and I, because Jeremy and I were having an affair, and once the High Council, and once you and I went public with our relationship, it pissed him off, and yeah.
I could tell people what happened with the High Council, but I won't for respect. But that's not the story that happened.
Suffice to say, it has absolutely nothing to do with me.
Yes, you were not in the picture. Etypicoian's place to be reviews. What's up? Did he says you definitely need to fade El Presidente, and trust me, I know hairstyles. I went to Kojak Barber Institute after #Speak Out Wrestling was canceled.
Don't you usually do a sort of fade kind of?
Yeah, my mom was a hairdresser for over a decade. Etep, so she'll hook it up. This is just what 7 months. It's a lot of hair. It's actually brushed back.
It's more than. When was the last haircut you got?
Day after Christmas.
Okay. Yeah, so it's almost 7 months now.
Actually, it was Christmas Day because we were over there and we picked up my grandma. So let's see.
Books in a minute.
Oh, I'll hand you a bunch. Wild Katarn, you are very welcome. Like I said, things are really cool with everybody. No, the backers did not get an action figure. That would be way too much to produce. Plus, I don't think I could do it. I would love to do down the road, make WCBS action figures. What I did is I took old Kenner bodies and I drew those, and then I put our heads on them and that style. I will give a free copy of this book if somebody could figure out what figures I used for all 4 guys. And the artwork is over on our Facebook page. So if anybody is dying to play that game, if you can figure it out, I know off the top of my head who's who. I'd be very impressed. But let's see.
More books, please.
Of course. Let me sign this last one real quick, and then I'll hand you a stack. Who would win in a fight, Jesse, between C-3PO and Alpha 5 from the Power Rangers?
That's a good question.
I'm going to go with Alpha 5.
I would go with Alpha 5 just because I feel like 3PO, 3PO is less mobile.
Yeah.
And that alone is going to, look, if you knock it, I'm not even convinced 3PO can get up. If he is like knocked down, can he even stand up by himself?
Look at what happened with Salacious Crumb, remember? Oh, R2, help me.
So he can't even fend
Alpha
off
5, it's got that, he can shoot electricity a little bit.
He can't even fend off a pathetic little lizard monkey. So
those for me?
Those are presents.
Hey. Thank you.
You're welcome. We joke because these get everywhere. Especially because even if we throw them, they're static, they cling to everything. So you try to put them somewhere, they stick to something else and it's gone. And then even if we put it in all of them in the trash, the cats go into the trash. One of mine likes to eat plastic. The other day he threw up 3 of them. He'd eaten 3 of them before, we managed to stop him. I think I was in the bathroom and Jeff was signing stuff. And I come out and he's puked up 3 of them on the floor. And so they get in there, they get everywhere. So I've decided every time I find one, I'm just going to give it to Jeff.
Is it like sand? Of course, it gets everywhere.
Of course, it's rough. It's irritating.
I know this sounds dumb. Let's put on episode 2 tonight with dinner. No, wait. We're watching Bird Notice. I was like, let's watch episode 2. That sounds fun. It
does sound fun.
Let's do it. Bird Notice will be there forever.
That's true.
Let's do it. We're in the stores now. And by the way, for anybody wondering, I signed a couple boxes already. At 7 boxes, would you say? No, 6 boxes. I definitely did 6 or 7. So for those wondering when, to give you a timetable of when we'll be mailing them out, when I get back from Ohio. We're gonna stagger them. I want to tell this. I'll put it publicly again. They're gonna be staggered releases. So if you backed it at the basic tier at the US, you will get your books first because it's the easiest for us to process. Then it's gonna go everybody that backed it with the other things. I already bought the posters months ago. They've been sitting in a box in Ohio for over a year at this point. Point I want to say though is other people are gonna be getting them at certain tiers, and then the internationals are gonna be the final ones to go out. Initially, I talked to somebody like you shouldn't redo the international ones because the company sent them all in plastic bags and nobody got damaged. But I don't think it's fair to everyone who backed it internationally to not get this version.
This one is so much extra stuff.
So I'm just saying, for anyone that's wondering when they'll get it, like I said, after 4th of July, I'll take care of everything. I just got to go see my mom. Canadian Collector says, Happy Canada Day. I'm drinking the good stuff.
Whee!
You'll laugh, Canadian Collector. I knew that is almost his name. But we were talking about ordering poutine earlier because I was like, I'm feeling it for Canada Day. Everybody keeps posting about it.
That's unfortunately the one place near us that has it does not offer it for takeout.
Who is your favorite Canadian actor?
Favorite Canadian actor? Give me a list of some of the big ones. I just forget who's actually from Canada.
Who's your favorite Canadian fictional character? Like, for me, Wolverine's my favorite Canadian.
Well, yeah, but that's easy.
Yeah. Unless
my favorite, if you just want to say my favorite Canadian, I don't know, Derek Whibley's up there in spite of all his shit later in life.
Yeah, you know what?
It was a huge Sum 41 was a huge musical inspiration for me.
Sum 41 was fun. We listened to it when we were in the pool. Do I ever shit on them?
They're a great, easy listen, man. And that's one thing we talked about. Is their half-hour power. It was their pre-debut. So before Fat Lip, before they signed the major label and were getting pimped out. And so it's usually a lower production quality when because you're working with a smaller independent studio, on a lower budget, stuff like that. But their sound is just so tight, and that's like you listen to that, and you're like, this is a group of people who had a lot of fun playing together.
Oh yeah, it was the one that has lyrics on their main album, but doesn't the 80s style rock or whatever.
Oh, their metal.
That one kicks ass.
I do love that.
I wish they would do an album with just that.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever did though. Yeah, Pain for Pleasure album.
And by the way, folks, down the road, the guys and I are going to do an audio version of the comic for fun. So if you're a patron, or maybe we're going to offer the membership tier or something. We'll be putting everything that's on that here, but that'll be a thing. We'll get all the guys to do the voice, and I actually have somebody in the chat that I'm going to ask to do the narration balloons because you know who it is. He's got a fantastic voice.
He does have a great narrator
perfect
voice.
Let's see. So Canadian Collector, happy Canada Day to you. What's the most Canadian thing we can talk about? A. Just
say a bunch. Talk about the Mounties. I don't know.
Speaking of the Mountie, there's a wrestler called the Mountie.
Is he styled like a Canadian mounted police officer?
Yes, and he would like arrest people and shit. It was in the 90s when wrestling had gimmicks. Like,
kid.
Because when I was a kid, like not a kid, but when I was watching wrestling growing up, so I was 10, 12 years old when I started.
I was a young boy. Who was that? My listener used to do that. One of my listeners used to always send a super chat. That's my Eric Hartman's "Come Sail Away." Someone would go. If someone gives me "When I Was a Young Boy," I got to sing the whole intro, at least the intro of that song. I don't have to go through the whole thing, but I got to do the intro. Sorry, when you were a kid.
Oh no, it wasn't. I was reading Devin S. Yes, this is Stealing Solo. I did Geekdom's Prime. I don't talk about it on the channel much, but I am still like as an adult, I still buy Power Rangers shit. I don't bring it out here because it's kind of big, but I did know that Disney owned it briefly. I always talk about when people say, Disney's never failed with the property they bought. They failed with Power Rangers massively, and now Hasbro owns it.
Hey.
Yes.
You know what you get to say?
What?
Stealing Solo, more profitable than Disney Solo.
Oh yeah, actually broke a profit. Yeah, even after 2 printings, or for one order,
What? Yeah.
It pissed me off what happened, but you know what? I wouldn't have found this company.
Exactly.
So they were great too. What are they? We can publicly say it. It's not. I didn't sign anything. Transcontinental. They do the DC books and stuff. If you're ever going to think about doing your own comics down the road, if you can get a big enough order to support it, they're the best. That place kissed my ass over the. Oh, they're from Canada too. So happy Canada Day. Yes, yeah, printed in Canada right there. But yeah, they were right on the back. They were fantastic people.
They were awesome.
They helped.
They were, yeah. It was just such a difference too. Like hearing the way Jeff had to deal with the other company versus dealing with this one. They definitely know what's up.
Well, I mean, I talk about it, not to go. I'm not trying to play a victim card by saying, "Oh, everything was wrong," blah blah blah. But the other thing was just a nightmare. Like, I can't really go into it because I made a couple agreements for certain things, but like, it was just shit. But I gotta say though, there are people in the community that really were helpful. Cecil was one of them. Cecil, I'll never forget what was going on, and I called Cecil like, "Dude, don't even worry about it. We got your back." Gary and Jeremy were awesome the night I found out about this shit. Jesse actually is the reason why I was able to get my refund because we were talking about the technicalities and shit of agreements and stuff. And Jesse was like, "Yo, this is the back cover is the deal breaker," and
yeah, you sent them a proof of what you wanted. They printed not that, therefore they did not hold up their end of the deal.
Yeah,
they did not fulfill their end of the deal. Darn.
So let's see.
Should have been a lawyer. Would have been so rich.
I honestly would have. I kind of want to be a lawyer,
but
you know what?
It. I would still hate it. I would hate being. It would be one of those things. It'd be money to me is not so important that I'm going to spend my life slaving at a job I despise.
Amy Chesler says, any toy ads in the comic like the old comics? I love that idea. There are no fake ads in this book. Maybe that's something to do down the road.
That'd be fun.
But I do like the toy gimmick. Like I said, that's why I turned this into toys in the back. And in a couple months, or a couple weeks, you'll get to know about the other toy gimmick and stuff like that too. But yeah, this is a nice release to get to do this part and to talk to everybody about it, because I feel like a lot of times I'm like just trying to do shit and not just
keep your head down, not worry about it.
Worry about it. But yeah, it's by the way, folks, this is pretty cool too. I needed one extra page, so this is my first like crowdfunded comic that I did, but I've been paid for a couple comic books, and this is an old cover I did in 2017. But yeah, it's it's pretty cool. I drew that and inked it and got it colored by somebody else, and it's a superhero comic. It's coming out one day. I have nothing to do with the crowdfunding in the future, but I'll tell people where they can find it to help the guy, because the dude that hired me was a really good guy. His name's Oz, and he just works really hard to pay his artists and shit.
Ozymandias?
No, his name's Oswald. Not Norman, not Harry. But no, he's a cool dude. I'm going to send him a copy of the book, too. I got him lined up with this colorist. That was the first thing I had issues with. Remember, did I tell you that? How I lost my colorist?
Yeah.
Because this guy that I had originally, he's credited, does work for DC, like not their books, but for other like ancillary things. And he's like, I can't do anymore. I gotta go back to work for them. So I lost my colorist for a couple weeks. And I found the secondary guy, and he's awesome. That guy's the shit.
He's the one who colored the thing for Kelly, right?
Yeah.
He's cool.
Yeah, he's great. Let's see. What else we got? We had a lot of super chats rolling. Wild Katarn undergrads. Yeah, that was great. I'm all about a VPN, Greg Kirby. What up, Dion? Let's see. David Cabrera says, no horse. David Cabrera, thank you very much. He says, love your stuff. Can't get enough. More LOL as long as you're able. Oh, believe me, this is just the beginning. I want to do a ton of this. What up, Darth Tico? We're signing books. This could be your copy. Who knows, buddy? But yeah.
Ooh, Anna's doing something neat with her because you know she did her Vampirella trading cards.
Yeah.
So she signed all of them. She's she put an A on all of them or his full signature. But so she did most of them in black, I think, or so whatever. She did most of them in one color, I think black, and then she did a select amount in gold, and then she did a super exclusive. It was just 20, so there's a little stack she had left in blue and colored all the lips red on the.
Nice.
So it's just be completely random as to which one you get. So I'm excited. And also, if I don't get a blue one with red lips, I'm just going to ask her to make one for.
You know, it's going to be exciting as those SJW cards we keep talking about.
Yeah.
Because Anna's going to be a part of that too. I already talked to her, so it's not like I'm hoping she will one day. We did talk about.
Can we make a social justice Jesse card and I'll draw it? It'll just be terrible.
Do you want to? Right now, the deck, I want to do a set of 40 because I priced it out already. But
have you already decided which ones you're using?
No, I have not.
Because you should use social justice Jesse.
I could do social justice Jesse.
She'd be a perfect choice.
Just tell all your audience about it. We can do that.
Will.
I'm trying to open up the other window real quick, folks, to get to this video's doing whatever. Let's see.
Do it in the blue wig and all that shit.
Oh, of course I'd do it. You draw you in the blue wigs. That's part of social justice Jesse's identity.
Of course it is.
Just a second, folks. I'm just pulling up to make sure that super chat I didn't miss one because I don't like to do that.
It's not nice.
Yeah, that is not my style. I'll never forget when we did an early stream. I forgot a super chat. I felt terrible. I was like, oh.
I always just sometimes they come in like right at the end. I'll always screenshot them and try to read them on the next one.
It was one of my first one ever though.
Yeah. And
I was just like, sorry.
Oh, no. Lucky you getting super chats on one of your first monetized streams ever.
We actually tested. Well, the thing is, my channel got monetized well before we were.
Oh, right, because you had all that. You were doing this. Well, the thing is, mine. Well, that was the thing because you were doing consistently. Because mine got monetized back in the day, and then when they changed the parameters, it got unmonetized. And then I had to get back in that forever queue because I met the criteria for monetization or request monetization, and then they moved the goalpost again, so I had to go. It was like a week later, then I could resubmit. 6 months, people. I know people who got monetized within a week. 6 fucking months.
Did you want me to give you this box?
I hit 10,000 subscribers, sure. I hit 10,000 subscribers before I even got monetized. 10,000. For context, you can request monetization at 1,000 subscribers with 6,000 hours of watch time. I hit 10,000 subscribers before I got monetized. So, fuck you, YouTube.
So yeah, we actually had missed one from our friend Raging Rhino who sent in a fist bump pair. So thank you very much, Raging Rhino. Hope you're doing well down under. We also have our friend Jeremy's Twitter who says, "Tell Jeremy I miss him so much."
Aw. I really want to take a picture of that one and send it to Jeremy.
Then do it. I'm trying to get another one of these boxes because we do have Box Mountain in front of us. There we go. Oh, shit, those are both. The two I was going to grab are both signed. I have to do some digging. This is why I don't do camera work.
Nah. Okay. I'm going to send that to J-Man right now.
I think he'll get a kick out of that. But yeah. Oh, God. These aren't even that heavy. It's that they're at a weird angle. So let me...
Jeremy.
Ooh, making maple covered... Oh, God, that sounds delicious. I've thought about doing BitChute. I'll tell you, we'll have... I'm even thinking about doing the website idea, too. You know? Jesse's heard me talk about some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I need to get this done, and then I feel like I'll be ready to do a lot more.
Is that whole box?
No, there's...
Oh, okay.
It's down here.
I was like, where's my rest of my shit?
Oh, just
I'm going to, since you're bopping around there.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll just grab it. Oh, and let me back up these guys, too.
Cool.
These were your overflow, because someone is not as good at repackaging as I am.
You know what? I made the damn thing. If I don't know how to repackage it, I think they'll forgive me.
Saying you're welcome. I work for free right now. So you're fucking welcome.
I appreciate you. Just Nova. There we go. Now we're all caught up. Again, thank you folks for joining us tonight and all the support you're constantly giving the channel. We really appreciate that. One thing that sucks about this is every once in a while you'll get Oh, that's not. That was just the way the light was. I was like, every once in a while I get one that's kind of funky. But let's see. I'll put that back here. Ugh. So, let's see. What are your guys' expectations for Mandalorian season 2? Do you think it can bring back hope? You go first, Jesse.
I've been really discouraged by a lot of what I've read and seen, and I'm not a Filoni expert. I've never watched the Clone Wars. I've never watched Rebels. I'm not going to weigh in one way or the other. All I know is what I hear, and I hear that Filoni is someone who can get a little precious about his own work. And it sounds like some of that influence may be finding its way into Mandalorian. It sounds like, given that this is, one of the few actually successful properties that Disney Star Wars has put out recently, that perhaps Kathleen Kennedy has gotten more involved. I don't buy the rumor that she's banned from set. The reality is as much as we all hate it, she is the president of Lucasfilm. She has ultimate authority for all things Lucasfilm. And as an independently operating, film company that was just acquired by Disney, Disney's got their finger in so many pies. Bob Iger can't oversee every project. It's pretty much, Kevin Feige's left to run Marvel, and Kathleen Kennedy's left to run Lucasfilm. So could there be something where, they've just decided it's better to do this without producers involved? Sure. But this is something. But if that's the case, if Kathleen Kennedy doesn't come to the set, it's something she agreed to. So, and we've also seen, the power moves she's made too. Recently, bringing on
not Amy Chesler. That's a listener.
Leslie Headland. We heard also about her putting the kibosh on a Galaxy's. The original plan for Galaxy's Edge, which was going to be Tatooine, which everyone would have wanted, Mos Eisley Spaceport.
We'll never find a more wretched hive of scum and villainy.
Damn straight. So, given some of the power moves she's pulled in the past, I fail to see how it would be logical that all of a sudden, because again, in spite of any of the press and the PR and whatnot, she's made money for Disney. I think that's Bob Iger's bottom line.
Well, I do. While I agree with most of the stuff you're saying, has she really made money though for Disney? Because we have to look at how she's handled all the films. Like Tom says, she's fired more directors than she's hired or kept around. The movies, The Force Awakens made a bunch of money. There's no debating that. The Last Jedi made $700 million less, and then the next one made even less, and those cost so much.
True, but they all turned a profit.
A small profit. Look how much Avengers though pulls in a profit for Disney.
Oh, absolutely. But the point is that as a company that's operated, sure, I think Bob Iger can be displeased looking at what he could have made and realizing that she didn't deliver in that regard, which sucks. But at the same time, as an entity that operates fairly independently from the rest of Lucasfilm, especially right now, I just don't see him sticking his nose in. I don't see higher ups from Disney sticking their nose in to try to police her. I do absolutely think there could be conversations between her and Iger about the direction of the franchise, the future of the franchise, and those kinds of things. But I just don't see at this point what she's done hasn't been egregious enough from a business standpoint to justify a complete castration of power.
And you know what though? I'm thinking too. I haven't even said this publicly. I don't even think they care about Star Wars right now. They got other bigger issues to worry about right now at Disney. Star Wars is over for the time being. Yes, Mandalorian Season 2 is scheduled to come out at the end of the year, and I think it's been filmed, so it's not really an issue. But, all the Galaxy's Edge stuff, it doesn't matter. You can't go to Disney World right now, or Disneyland, excuse me. And then, they're worried about all the money they're losing at the parks.
Or Disney World. I'm pretty sure they closed Disney
World.
And
we're getting another shutdown, another series of shutdowns. So even if you're not interested in all the, COVID talk, it's going to affect Disney moving forward. Black Widow was supposed to have come out 2 months ago, excuse me. Mulan was supposed to come out 3 months ago. Their film library, their releases for this year are backed up, and I don't think anything's going to come out in theaters. I think they'll be forced to either just keep waiting, or I think they'll just pull the trigger and make it on a Disney Plus thing. I think Mulan will go to Disney Plus before Black Widow would.
Yeah,
but I also think if Black Widow were to come out, it would have been less successful than Spider-Man Far From Home.
Technical question.
Yes.
Does it matter to you? Okay, so this one, it's folded down at the top seam. So there's a little bit more wiggle room. It's also easier to get the air out. This one's folded down to be fully tight, fully flush. You can still push the air out. It's a little harder. But do you have
whatever gets the most air out?
Okay.
Because these bags aren't anything special. They're regular comic bags, so they're going to be safe. And the envelopes are big and indestructible, so it's not going to really affect anybody's stuff.
So you don't care if they're like vaguely wrinkly because there's.
No one's going to give a shit as long as the book is clean and crisp, which is what it is.
Cool.
I always wash my hands before I sign these. Like when Anna was here the other week for the matriarchy stream, I'm off camera on the bed just signing boxes and boxes of these things. Now, to answer Just Nova Super Chat, by the way, thank you again, Just Nova. What do I think? Expectations? I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to go in with an open mind completely because I don't want to prejudge it and think it's going to suck and have it suck. But I honestly feel like I'm going to walk out disappointed because the things I like about The Mandalorian, it's the focus on him. Mm-hmm. I'm worried that they're going to try to make it more about Baby Yoda, and I think they're going to introduce way more characters, and it's going to become a convoluted mess. Some of the best stuff, like especially with this kind of a show, is when it's small. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, which is a great Western. Obviously, you've seen it. It doesn't have 50 characters in it.
There's really 3 important characters.
Yes.
And
Blondie, Lee Van Cleef, and whoever.
Angel Eyes. Yeah. Angel Eyes is the bad.
But I would look at
dude.
One thing I know.
The Italian
guy. Well, I don't know if you agree with me, but we all want to have excitement for this shit. Like nobody's mad about being wrong if it, like oh this doesn't look that good, and then it turns out to be awesome. Nobody cares if they're wrong. We all are Star Wars fans at the end of the day, and we want to be able to enjoy this shit.
Side note on that, since you said that though,
yeah.
I still remember learning about why a spaghetti western was a spaghetti western for the first time, and it blew my mind.
All I could think about during Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was like spaghetti western shit and how it was like, is he supposed to be like Clint Eastwood?
Yeah.
Because Clint Eastwood had that weird pre-spaghetti western career.
Yep.
He was on TV. He was on westerns just like what's-his-face's character. And then he goes off to Italy to make these movies, and they're huge hits.
When we go up to Lone Pine, we'll go to the movie museum up there and stuff. It's cool because that was all back when westerns were filmed out here with real Mexicans. They probably didn't let Mexicans work in film back then, but yeah, it was all done up in Lone Pine because it was 3 hours north of here. It looked like a perfect western, desert scape, and it was close enough to Hollywood. You could move production equipment pretty handily. It's just a partial day's drive. You don't have to ship anything. But Gene Autry did all his stuff up there.
Doesn't he have a couple Hollywood stars?
Yeah.
Diego Flores has a question. May I ask which Jeremy? There are so many Jeremys in YouTube in the same kind of culture reporting sphere.
Oh, that's fair. When we talk about Jeremy, we're usually referring to Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers.
Yeah.
Just because he's a personal friend of ours.
His name's in this book, too. He's on the very last page. He's like one of the 5th or 6th people down, so you'd find him.
Yeah, I mean, we'll usually, if I talk about Jeremy Johns, I usually have to say Jeremy Johns, or I say the Quartering.
I don't really know Jeremy Johns. I'm Facebook friends with Jeremy from the Quartering.
That's Jeremy Johns, yeah.
No, that's Jeremy Hambley. Jeremy Johns is the big movie reviewer.
Oh, Jeremy Johns is the movie where Jerry Ham is. Yeah, sorry.
Quartering's friendly to us.
Jeremy the Quartering.
I've never talked to Jeremy Johns.
Too many Jeremys. You're right. There are too many Jeremys. Jeremy Hambley. But yeah, I usually just say Jeremy from the Quartering, I usually just call it the Quartering.
Same here.
But yeah, that's all I know for Jeremy's. Is there any others? Jeremy Hambley, Jeremy Johns, Jeremy Griggs?
Yeah, that's it. It's proper.
But we just call him Justin.
Yeah. Dr. Coffin, thank you for the super chat. He says, tell me what really happened with the High Council in Indy, Jeff. I won't tell. Maybe. You know what? I don't know. You just got to come out and meet us. I won't say anything publicly, but we've hung out many a times. We shared many a beer. Next time, bring yourself a chair. Jesse will be there too. We'll all sit around the table and shoot the shit, and we'll talk about stuff. If it happens. But there's an ad for Las Vegas that is now open. Have you seen it? It's all over Facebook or YouTube. Excuse me. But I will say, if everything opens up and everything's cool, it's going to be awesome in Las Vegas. Somebody in the chat was asking about that. Everything's still on board. We want to do next year's Fandom Menace Con. There's been meetings about that. There will be more. So just be on the lookout, folks. Stan Solo could make Fandom Menace figures, says Juan R. I need to get involved with somebody that could, because Salvador does awesome customs. He's working on one, because there's an Andre the Giant figure that's coming out that looks more like me than Andre the Giant, and so he's going to take one of those and pull the head off. We've talked about it before. Nice. I'm going to buy a couple just to have, because got to represent my family lineage.
You got it.
Oh, somebody on the High Council last night made me laugh because they said after WrestleMania 3, Andre the Giant fathered Jeff. that actually would work fairly closely in the timeline.
That's hysterical.
Yeah. Let's see.
Maybe there's something your mom's not telling you.
I mean, I'd be entitled to as a state, I think.
As Jeff has pointed out, when you see a picture of Jeff's actual dad, there's no doubt.
Yeah, I look just like the guy. He's on my Facebook. If you're one of my Facebook friends, just look it up and tell me what you think. Ray's Double Dong says, "Hi, Jesse and Jeff. Will pop culture be like 1984?" We're kind of getting there, dude.
I feel like our society in a lot of ways already is. It was actually really interesting. Something I was thinking about earlier today that someone brought up as I teach fencing, and now that gyms are allowed to open, I've been giving one student lessons. But the guy who owns the club that I teach, he lets me use his space. He's Armenian, and he was talking just about how just imagine, you can't get political about anything anymore because all this stuff. And he talked about just socialism and how it's scary for people like him, who a lot of people he knows and stuff. A lot of people fled socialist countries where it's the thing is that people think socialism and fascism are opposites. They're not mutually exclusive, not at all. And that's the thing. Someone's got to run your system. Someone's got to decide on the rules. And that's all the young people in the U.S. say, "Oh, socialism is such a great idea. It's all about sharing and giving." And this, no. People think socialism, because they can be lazy and the government's going to give them everything. No, the government's going to take everything away from you. So it's interesting to hear someone talk about how scary it is, and it made me think about, it's like we already have it. And it made me think about it. Yeah, while we don't have a lot of, we don't really have any like hardcore socialist policies of that level in our government. Yes, welfare programs, et cetera, are technically socialist and whatnot. We don't have any of the like redistribution of wealth kind of policies, the really extreme things that you see after communist revolutions. We do have a very socialist mentality towards freedom of speech these days, i.e. we don't have it anymore. You can be persecuted based on the things you say. That's what cancel culture. People can call it whatever they want. It's persecution. We are a country founded on the principles that people have the right to their ideas, their ideals, their way of life, so long as it doesn't infringe upon anybody else's. And cancel culture is a complete antithesis of the principles that our country was founded on. So, and I can sympathize with this guy. So, seeing stuff like that, because it's the ideological shift. It's not, that's how these things happen. It's not the government waltzing in and taking all your land away. It's this ideological shift. And that is happening in our culture right now.
This makes me chuckle. You might like this. I heard the High Council broke up because Jesse dressed up as Land O'Lakes chick and hid in Ethan's fridge, and Jeff caught them.
Honestly, that's more credible than me having an affair with Jeremy.
I've seen Ethan's fridge. I can't blame you.
He has a pretty roomy fridge.
It's a nice fridge
with pie in it.
Yeah, it is. Logan Michael Anti Funko Pops. Thank you very much. He says comic looks awesome. Well, thank you very much, Logan Michael. This isn't really time to kiss my own ass type of stream, but I am proud of the quality of this one. Like seriously, it holds up. It's the same quality as any of the Marvel or DC graphic novels that you get in the store. So yeah. This is with Wokebusters, already got certain things laid out. It's going to take that approach from now on. I don't even think I want to do small issues. I think I want to do full, complete stories and then have backup stuff.
Graphic novels more than...
Graphic novels, yeah.
Is all of these, is this entire bag just tighter?
It might be. Some of them, Jesse, those things cost $8 for 100 of them. They're kind of just shitty, but that's what the comic book standard is.
That's fine.
So... But thank you very much, Logan Michael. Art Vanderlei, man, I read your message. I'm sorry, you guys' show adorable reminds me of how much it's being divorced sucks. Hey, there's always somebody else out there, though, dude. Don't give up, man. I know it's easy for us to say it from this point of view, but you know what? Seriously, don't.
Some people don't find true love until they're septuagenarians.
And my grandma ended up dating a guy when she was in her 70s, so to follow with your thing. And, they never got married because she made this weird promise to my grandpa she never would. But my grandma had a very fulfilling, second life, pretty much. And the guy, Paul, was great. And when he died, it was really sad. But you know what? They had all those years, like 20 years together.
Didn't some of his kids come to the...
Oh, God, yeah, she was there. Lisa and, God, Diane. I'll put it like this. Paul's kids treated my grandma as good, if not better, than some people in her own family. Because they put her first, which was really nice. So I told him at the funeral, how much they always meant to me. So, Commander Pluto, thank you very much for your giant super chat. He says, Aussie fact of the day number 2. Monotremes, egg-laying mammals, only consist of 5 species. 4 are echidnas, one of which of those live in New Guinea, and the other is platypus. Don't you love platypus? Or platypi?
Platypuses. Platypodes.
Platypus?
Did you know that that's always my fun trivia? The 3, you know the 3 acceptable plurals of octopus.
Octopi, octopussy, and what else?
Octopodes.
Octopodes.
So octopuses is the would be the English version. Octopi, the Latin. Octopodes, that would be your.
Check it out. Stephen King backed my book.
Ha! That's funny.
I did read these names through once.
Or as Rocky Flintstone likes to call him, Steph King.
Steph King?
Yes. That will come up later.
I'm looking forward to it. My dad wrote a porno.
It's a great thing. Oh, that's why I need coronavirus gone by September, because my friend got us tickets to go see them. I think I might have gotten us the tickets the last time we went to see him live. And
you might not be able to go to Horrorhound then. It might be the same time.
Is it?
I don't know what the dates are for Rocky Flintstone and Friends.
I think that was the last weekend of September, and isn't Horrorhound like the second to last weekend or something?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I didn't see what the Rocky Flintstone one was.
I'll take a look.
People in the chat are still talking about their favorite Canadians: Shatner, Ryan Reynolds, Mike Myers is up there for me.
Ooh, Ryan Reynolds is up there for me too. Yeah.
I like Ryan Reynolds.
He's a good dude.
He's funny.
You gotta give. I mean, he gets full credit for Deadpool.
Oh yeah,
full credit.
Because it's funny how originally he played Deadpool in X-Men Wolverine Origins Wolverine,
Yeah.
And that's a dog shit movie. But you can thank Tom Rothman from Fox why they sewed Deadpool's mouth shut. And you've seen the movie, right? With the laser eyes and the swords in his arms and all that crap. That is a remnant of very bad comic book films. But the best part, the embarrassing part, is that was released during the era of the MCU. We already had Iron Man and Incredible Hulk. And the fact that they tried to get away with that shit.
Yep.
Even post Spider-Man, because nobody really gives that movie credit, because that got so much of the world universe correctly, and even some of the crazier aspects and the funnier, hokier stuff they still got, and they treated it like Superman, verisimilitude. So,
fun fact: Dominic Monaghan was in the Wolverine Origins movie.
He was one of the people in the beginning. Yeah,
he was. He was also in Rise of Skywalker for some reason, and I couldn't get past it. All I could think of is, why the fuck is Mary Doc Brandybuck in this fucking space movie?
That's Dion's favorite line. Lokio7 says, you still have to pay $20 to watch the AEW pay-per-view using the VPN UK method, but they only have about 4 here. I will say, I have no issue paying with that. I have paid for... Before I came out here, we bought all of them over at my friend's Phil's. Phil would buy them, we would bring over food, and we would just, 4 or 5 of us would get together and watch the show. So I don't mind supporting AEW's pay-per-views. I really wanted to watch, what was the one? The first one they had with Kenny Omega and Jericho was in New Japan. That was fun. Like I said, I'm all about supporting them. I have no issues with giving them a couple bucks. Let's see. Dion's Chair sent in $5. Thank you very much, Dion's Chair. Chris Jericho's Canadian. Well, he's from Winnipeg, but he was born in America because for a couple years towards the end of his first run on the WWE, he was billed as born in Manhasset, New York. So he is technically an American. I guess you're a naturalized citizen when you live in a place for a while, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, well, I think his dad's an American citizen. I think his mom might be Canadian, but he lived in...
I need more books to bag.
Okay, 1 second. Make sure I sign this. Of course, I got it right here. How many would you like?
A lot.
Okay, because I got a stack overflowing over here.
Don't give me a bunch.
All right. You want to keep giving them to you, or you want to wait?
Give me a little more. By the way, this is why Sean Firefart is our friend, because he said I can pick the color, and for signing it, he told us his real name.
Oh, okay.
His real name.
Well, Sean Firefart's cool in my book.
Which I'm not going to say publicly because I don't want to talk to my
friends.
Of
course. Let's see. Canadian Collector, thank you very much. He says, Poutine in Episode 1 Racer. That sounds like a hell of a night, doesn't it?
It does.
Jesse's been playing it with me.
It's fun.
You like it?
It is fun. I don't like it as much as Mario Kart, but it's fun.
It's nowhere near.
I need a better controller, though. It's it really doesn't work well with the Joy-Con.
Yeah, because I remember, I'm just one guy, so I don't really buy multiple controllers for systems unless it's this is on sale. So that's why I have 4 PS3 controllers.
You and Rice.
Yeah. That's it.
It does the same. Just me. Just one controller. You don't want friends.
Well, I want friends, but all my friends buy the consoles too. So are you joking? Like when I bought a Switch, Phil bought one too. So we all were just like, yeah, we got the systems. Let's have fun. Rick Moranis, Jacques Rougeau. Talk about Jericho. What do you want me to say about Chris Jericho? I met him. He was really nice to me. I made him break character. So when you meet a wrestler, sometimes these guys try to play the character that they play on TV in person. And so he was trying to play a bad guy. And I took this card of his rival named Edge, and I told you that story, right?
Yeah.
I asked him to sign it, and he just kind of chuckled and just signed it. And, I was just like, huh. So I got to break Chris Jericho. That was my favorite part.
Cute.
So let's see. We all caught up on everything. What about Ryan Reynolds and Blade Trinity? Have you seen that?
Nope.
It's been forever since I've seen
wait.
Blade Trinity.
Maybe I have. It's been forever, so I wouldn't even remember which one's which. I know I've seen the first one. I'm pretty sure I've seen the second one. Didn't they play the third one a bunch on TV?
Probably.
Because I think I saw. I don't know if I've ever sat down and watched it start to finish, but I'm pretty sure.
The wrestler Triple H is in that movie.
Oh wow!
Yeah, he's the big buff blonde vampire, the bad guy that they hunt down. He's like teamed up with.
I definitely have seen this one because I remember him.
Yeah, he. Let's see, he's a big deal.
I need to box him.
Oh yeah, I'm almost through this one. This is actually going really quick now that we're doing it this way.
There you go.
Yeah, I like it. It's only been an hour. It's been a really good hour.
Wee. How long are you going tonight?
Probably just the normal time. Yeah.
You
made a vampire. Dion's still watching. What's up, dude?
The hell, get a life, dude.
How about one of these days I'll do one when I come back. If I do another one of these signing streams, I'll just have people join in.
Sure.
It can be. We can see if Anna's available one night. We can get other people in the fandom.
Gary
Look at the bullshitters.
Jeremy,
Yeah. We'll just
bring on Sean Firefart.
Yeah, we'll just talk with our friends. Let's see. Am I all caught up on these? No, I am not. Okay, so first off, Andrew Clark's checking in saying, just checking. Big ideas? I know I'm saying the name wrong. Still haven't thought to look that person up. I apologize. But if that's a request for the High Council, sure. Tom is the one that usually gets us our guests right now. I was working on getting Young Ripa in about 2 weeks. So he seems interested. It seems like a cool dude.
He wants to stay up late. He's welcome on my channel after. It's been a while since we hung out. So
yeah, I like him.
He's a cool dude.
I like his point of view about a lot of stuff.
I don't know if he's ever been on my channel, but I know I've been on a stream with him on Anna's. Because Anna was the one who kind of discovered he's huge, but like brought him on board. He made a connection, with Phantom Menace and stuff.
Maybe I should see if Anna wants to join us in the High Council.
Yeah, you should.
It'd be fun. Let's see. Our friend Salsa Sharka once says, Jeff, great job getting Furious on your stream.
Yep, there you go. Like I said, it's for a project I'm working on, so I normally don't do my eyes this way.
Now, did you like that movie or no?
Yes, okay, I really enjoyed it.
Have you seen the black and white edit?
No.
I haven't either, but I own the Blu-ray. I'll bring it out. I think Mad Max Fury Road was probably the best movie of 2015.
Anything else of note come out that year? I think I decided that was my
Avengers Age of Ultron.
I think someone asked me at one point. I think that came out as that was my favorite movie of 2015 as well. It's just a lot of fun. I like everyone in it too. Isn't Nicholas Hoult the what's his face?
It's a good day for a glorious day or whatever he says. The Huffer, the paint Huffer.
He's the main one, the one who ends up turning and becoming a good guy. But I was a really compelling movie. Also, Tom Hardy just steals the show, and no matter what he's doing, he steals the fucking show. Even in Dunkirk, where his face is covered half the time and he barely talks, steals the damn show.
What about Batman? And he really steals the show. Somebody in the chat was like, "Hey, it's good to see you guys are still together. We're actually really, really happy.
We're gonna be together forever."
Yeah, shit's really good between us.
Buckle yourselves in.
Yeah, it'll be fun. But somebody in the chat says about Dino Bravo. Yeah, I remember Dino Bravo. That's that wrestler I told you got shot in his living room for selling illegal cigarettes.
That's funny. Not funny. It's terrible,
I
also kind of funny.
It's a dark thing. He got involved with the Canadian mob.
Which just seems so
it's just a money thing, I guess. He used to be a pro wrestler. So, Opinionated Junkie, thank you very much. He says, thoughts on Kevin Nash? Underrated for sure. Kevin Nash is a great businessman, a fairly talented actor, and an okay wrestler. Not one of my personal favorites, but I don't dislike him. It's kind of hard. Because remember, Kevin Nash, Diesel was slightly before my time. I started watching wrestling in November of 99, so I'm just over the 20-year mark this year. So I never really got into him when he was in his prime. First time I ever saw Kevin Nash is when he rolled up in early 2002 with Hogan and Scott Hall, and they beat up The Rock. So as a kid, I was like, man, fuck the NWO. They're terrible. They beat up The Rock. But I get it. It made for a great story and a great WrestleMania match.
When you're talking about that new network, that
AEW, yeah.
You said you're not sure about some of the questions of the guy. He can't be any more morally reprehensible than Vince McMahon. So.
He's kind of an SJW, and he publicly goes on about certain things. I'm just like, dude.
Well, then it's a perfect foil to Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon is the opposite of an SJW.
Now I will say this though, in regards to the companies.
Yeah.
Vince McMahon bought his dad's smaller company and turned it into this juggernaut.
Yeah.
This guy, his dad owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, and his dad kind of backed him, so it's a little different.
He's a self-made man versus...
Yeah. I always respect the maybe I don't agree with Vince McMahon's policies on everything or a lot of stuff, but I do respect the self-made man a lot, and it has something to be said about your
sure, but at the end of the day, in a business like that, I'm going to come at the end of the day to how do they treat their athletes. And if there's a huge discrepancy versus like if AEW wrestlers are treated much better with much more respect, much more, perks and benefits, I'm going to side with that guy because, yeah, I agree with you. And I think it's a classic where you see Vince McMahon being much more conservative as a self-made man and someone who didn't have to work as hard for what they got, being more liberal. That's sort of the classic what people expect to see. But at the end of the day, like I said, if it was just in a vacuum and it didn't have a significant effect on people's lives, I think that rubs me the wrong way the most about him. I think some of the stuff you've told me about how he hasn't really taken care of the people that make him what he is.
Some of them, yeah, he's definitely. There's a couple things he's done recently, not recently, but you remember that guy Eddie Guerrero we talked about who died? Yeah. He went to his wife and he basically bought Eddie Guerrero's image and paid her all this money so they could pay off the debts and basically make her life better. Kept her employed for a long time, like a decade almost, and put her on TV and did this stuff. So he takes care of people in different ways. He's also very if you screw him over, he won't, he'll do business with you again one day, but it's really a base by base thing. I'm not a Vince McMahon apologist or even that big of a fan because WWE is garbage right now. But there's a lot of contributions he made to pro wrestling, which I am very. Oh! It's okay. You didn't look at it. It didn't get on any of the books.
Okay. Well, tapes are.
Just make sure it does not get on my computer. Okay, we're good. I thought the tapes were right here.
I thought they were too. I saw them earlier. I might have moved them to shoot, but I thought I moved them over there.
Let's use this.
That's fine. It's already gross anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. What?
What I was trying to do is move this somewhere so I can give you this box. I can't, stack and I can't do anything.
Give me that box real quick. Go back here for now. Now I'll take that box and I'll put it right here on top of these other signed boxes. Thankfully, I have connections with Anna and stuff. So next print run, I'm going to try to go to the company that will fulfill for Cyberfrog and stuff. Yeah. Hopefully they're interested because it'll be a big enough order. So I'm just like, this is my least favorite part of it, but I can't complain. Marty McFly says best Canadian is Michael J. Fox. He's a great Canadian. I like him. I'm big. Clearly.
Oh wait, I know who my favorite Canadian is.
Who's that?
Beth DeGoo.
Beth DeGoo. All right, yeah. I like her.
Only because Rob Gagnon hasn't been around on the channel as much. He was my old favorite Canadian. I guess I should give props to Matt Rondo too, but I don't think he watches my stuff anymore.
I don't even know that name.
He's that one who I became friends with. The first person actually I became friends with who reached out to me from something to do with the channel, and he just liked the joke I had made and wanted to know if he could use that. And I was like, yeah, sure. And we got to chatting, and then we've been friends.
Ooh, Tom Green, it's another good Canadian. I love Tom Green. Let's see. Marty Fly read his opinionated junkie says thoughts on Kevin Nash. Oh, I read that one already. Sorry. Jack White sends in a $5 super chat with no message. Thank you very much, Jack White. Go Big Board.
The White Stripes?
Maybe.
Cool.
Remember what was the story that it was his sister was the drummer, but that was his wife? They could never figure out which one it was.
Thing.
Go Big Board Gomes says if you guys have Ann on the High Council, no pimple popping videos. Deal. I'm gonna make you a no pimple pop guarantee.
I had to text Ethan and beg him to come back on that stream. Anna scared him away on.
Thank you again, Jack White. Jack White sent another super chat for $10. Thank you very much. No message. Again, appreciate that very much. If you are the Jack White, I like your songs.
I love Seven Nation Army.
I was gonna say Seven Nation Army is my shit. Fell in Love with a Girl was pretty good too. That video was awesome.
You ever hear Little Acorns?
maybe back in college.
It's got like a spoken word introduction, like a little story about when problems overwhelm us and sadness smothers us. Where do we turn? It's entertaining.
Well, do you remember that guy
song,
Garrett that came out to Star Wars Celebration, the one that lived in Chicago, that didn't believe I had a YouTube channel that people watched? You met him specifically. He was like a bald guy.
Sure.
Either way, he used to play the White Stripes like crazy, and so if that song was out before the year 2008, I had heard it for sure.
We used to, when I was in jazz band in middle school, the drummer was the drummer in my rock band, in my punk rock band, and this guy Isaac, who had this. No, Isaac was later. What was his name? Maybe it was. I can't remember. Whatever it was, this guy. He was from Israel, and he had this crazy Jew pro, and he was the lead. He was the guitarist for the thing. I was piano, and my friend was the drummer, but we didn't have a bass player, so I would play. The pianist, we'd have two pianists, so whoever wasn't playing the piano part would play the bass line on the keyboard. And so when I was on bass on the keyboard, we'd always start playing Iron Man at first during rehearsal whenever we weren't doing anything else and whatnot. And until our teacher banned us from doing that, and then we switched to Seven Nation Army. And we actually did that at a concert. When we were done, our last set was something performance for the school. We finished our last set. We was like, "Oh, we're rapping." Before we left, the three of us started playing that.
Since everyone keeps talking about favorite Canadians in the chat, and John Candy keeps popping up, what are your thoughts on John Candy? And do you have a favorite John Candy movie?
No, because he's one of those people that I've not seen a lot. Like, even though he's in everything, I haven't seen a lot of what he's been in.
So your answer's Home Alone.
It's got to be, because I think that's the one thing I know that I've seen him in.
You've never seen Planes, Trains, and Automobiles?
Nope.
And Automobiles, excuse me.
Nope. I know it is. Though I know it is the only. It's the go-to movie everyone picks for a Thanksgiving movie.
I go to Spider-Man. Takes place on Thanksgiving as well. Yeah, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is a great movie. It has the worst score in history. It's almost unlistenable. That's
too bad.
Yeah, it's a John Hughes flick. I think he did it right after Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He wanted to say that's 87.
I'd watch it sometime.
Oh, you'll like it. It's a very good movie. It's got a sad twist, which I won't tell you. But it's one of those that probably make you tear up a bit.
Lots of things do that.
I also like the great outdoors, like Hungry Ewok is brought up. Uncle Buck's a great one as well. I love all those movies. Uncle Buck and the Great Outdoors, I got in a 2-pack on DVD, which
I haven't seen either.
I will watch. Today is Dan Aykroyd's birthday. He's a Canadian, right?
What? Dan Aykroyd?
Is he Canadian?
I don't know.
Let me look that up, because I'm a huge Dan Aykroyd fan. It could be completely wrong.
I feel like Uncle Buck is the one my friend Isaac has told me to. Isaac C. Singleton Jr. I don't. Sometimes, like when he's on my streams and whatnot, I don't like brag about his stuff, because some people get weird about that. But he loves it. He's like, "Oh, tell them what I really know." Yes, you're an actor, Isaac. He was in Deadpool. Yeah, if you've all seen Deadpool, you've seen my friend Isaac. I should check in on him. He lives around the corner. I haven't seen him. I still have those pants.
I told you, once we're together for a year, if you haven't given them to him, I'm going to take them.
I thought it was after one calendar year.
Of you having them?
Yeah.
Oh, that means
that
December.
Cool.
So yeah, folks, for those just joining us, I am signing our the crowdfunded book, Stealing Soul. We got literally a pallet showed up at the apartment. Jesse was like, "All right, let's do this." So she's been awesome. Thank you. I've told you privately countless times.
Yeah. You do tons of stuff for me. Jeff,
I know we have stuff prepped. I should just order us pizza. We'll keep streaming. But
I do have that prepped, and it's not going to last.
Oh, I know.
If you want to keep going for a little bit, I can always start getting that ready in a little bit.
Whenever you're ready, it's fine with me. I'm not dying of hunger, and I'm kind of enjoying it. We're in a good stream or a good
time.
We have a Beth the Goose here. Your favorite Canadian
my
is
favorite
here.
Canadian's here.
She said she's sorry that she couldn't stick around for the Matrix.
Oh, no worries, lady. I know we all got lives and shit going on, so you do what you can do. Hope things are going well with you and your new man.
Jack White says, I did something wrong with the last 2 super chats. I've been trying to recommend you guys some series. Well, Jack White, if you want to, I'll pay attention to let me pull up the other main window. If you want to just put them all in a bunch of them right now and say at World Class Bullshitters, like a red thing will pop up. So
does it pop up on the streamer too?
Yeah. But yeah, there we go. There I am. I get the fruits of the labor. Yeah, Brenda, it's gonna be. The thing is, I didn't incorrectly ship them out last time. I paid a fulfillment company $10,000 to do it, and they fucked up. So that's what happened. Had to get a lawyer involved and all this other shit. So that's this is the This is technically the first. This is what your book was meant to be always.
Exactly. And this is also the only version that you have shipped.
Yeah, it's the only version So there we go. Dan Aykroyd is a nut job. I love Dan Aykroyd. If you're watching his UFO stuff, it's so fun. It's so fun.
Was he one of those guys with Tom DeLonge?
Yeah, he's up there. Let's see. If you want, I'll swing trade if you want. You don't actually have to trade. You can email the show. We can drop it off to you, but you're gonna keep the other one. It's not like I said. Treat it as a preview copy. So thank you for backing the book.
It's like those little cardboard things that they sent the kids when all the Star Wars toys were sold out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got to see it, see the art, read it, and all that, but your real copy is coming.
There you go. That'll be the one everybody remembers.
Yeah, and plus, don't get rid of your old one too, because Jeff is making amazing comics and he is going places. So
thank you.
When he's this big important comic artist with the gajillion subscribers and all that stuff, you're gonna have an exclusive. And that's if you look at everything, toys, anything, the damaged accidents always end up because they're rare. They're completely rare. Those always end up being worth the most money. So
yeah, there are less copies of those in existence than these ones. So that's like the super rare one. People sold them on eBay. That's what blew me away. I was like, really? People want to buy it on eBay? That's cool. I don't care either way. Doesn't bother me. The fact that people are reading the work and digging it is what's important to me. So.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Our friend Jack White, thank you very much again. What do we? I'll read that in a second. Latino Slant. He says, "Here's the series: Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, and My Hero Academia in one piece."
That's one of my best friends keeps recommending My Hero Academia to me, and I've also heard really good things about Full Metal Alchemist.
Okay, I took a picture of that.
That's what I always think about. I remember I told you there was a bunch of people who told me that I would like, and I've accepted I'd probably like them. Death Note's one of them, and Full Metal Alchemist is another one.
Death Note's a lot of fun.
I hear that.
Light Yagami. Yeah, that was the one. I was watching on Netflix in the Japanese dub, and I didn't realize it had English. So I was like watching the subtitles. I was like, oh shit, I can switch over. So as soon as I did, I ended up. That's one thing though. Well, never mind. I'm not gonna say anything more about the series. I wish we were drunk, James Brogan. We've had a beer.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even done with the beer. See.
Likewise, we're busy.
Because we have travel to do coming up, so we have to pack tomorrow. Make channel content.
Julian loved her mask, by the way.
Oh, she did.
And now she was really excited too. So my little teeny tiny fencing student, her mom had been saying like, oh, it's really hard to get to find the surgical masks in like child size, youth size, and stuff. So I was at the store and they had one cloth one with dinosaurs on it in the youth size. I was like, yeah, Julian likes dinosaurs, so I got it for her. And she really dug it. And plus, she has a little sister that does ice skating. And she's like, oh, this is so great. Because Muriel always gets all this stuff. My little sister always gets all these things from her ice skating teacher. She brings her, like, snacks and treats. She's like, where's my stuff? And, of course, Mom goes, don't show this to your sister. Because she's, of course, going, where's mine and this and that. And I'm like, well, what have I started? But now I got to be in competition with the little ones ice skating teachers. Now I got to think of all sorts of cool things to bring Julian.
Well, you're just instantly cooler already.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm teaching her how to use swords. So I am the coolest.
Let's see.
She is really the coolest. No, I love that kid.
Yes, this is a cozy stream.
Yes. Also, oh, my God. So freaking funny. I didn't even tell you this earlier. So she's got to take her fencing mask off and the breathing mask and, drink her water and do all that stuff herself because she normally when she does that when she needs to stop and get a drink, mom helps her get the mask off, drink, redoes her hair, reties her hair, and all this stuff for her. And so we're there today, and her mom had to go run an errand. So are these signed ones or not?
You need more signed ones?
Come here, I need more. Come on.
Look how many are over here.
Hooray.
A ton.
More.
Cool. I'll send you another thing over.
I'm going through them pretty quick.
Yeah, it's a 2-man job. It's kicking ass.
But so we had stopped for a water break, and she does it all herself. I'm like, oh, Mom's not here to help you today. No problems. Does everything. Masks off, masks on, retying her own hair, all that stuff. And I'm like, I'm going to tell your mom you can do this by yourself. And she's like, no. She's like, when we got water bottles, I picked out this one on purpose because it's hard to open. So I knew she'd have to help me with it. And she's like, but now Mom's not here. I got to do it myself. And I'm like, you stinker. But good for her. I'm like, this girl's going places. She's already manipulating her mom to that level at this age. I'm like, God, I ain't even mad. She does them in her lessons all the time, right? And I love seeing this because fencing is such a thinking sport. She'll set me up, like I'll be like, okay, we're gonna do this thing. So I'm gonna do this and you're gonna do that. Because I'm trying to just to work on a certain skill or something. And because she already knows what I'm gonna do, she'll do the next step to just sort of basically she's in the context of what we're doing, cheating. Because she already knows what I'm gonna do. So instead of doing the harder thing, she takes an easy way out to still hit me and get a touch, because she knows I'm not expecting her to do this thing. I'm like, you're such a little stinker. But I can't even add because that's that skill, that being able to outthink somebody and think ahead and do that. That's just as important in fencing as physically doing the actions. So she is pretty cool though.
We have a let's see, this is Gino Folk. How do you say that name? Ginolovki? Greetings from Mexico.
Ginolovki?
Greetings from California.
I don't know how words are pronounced.
Mr. Wordsworth. Every time you say I don't know words or I can't words, I think of that guy from the Twilight Zone. The one that's chastising our old friend Burgess Meredith.
Yeah.
Mr. Wordsworth. So let's see. When you read this comic on a plane coming back from Ohio. Mm-hmm. I was very happy because you were the first person that wasn't a family member or a friend that was reading it, and you were chuckling and laughing the whole time. So,
I mean,
you know what I meant to say, like a guy friend back home.
Sure.
You're like my first test audience because you're not in the story. You're not privy to the shit. The guys knew exactly what's going on as I'm doing it. I'm like, oh, there's this part and this part, and check out the pages and shit.
Yeah. That's fair.
But I was happy that it got your thumbs, your laugh of approval. That made me happy.
Oh, it was funny.
Thank you. I think people are saying I have a nice team.
Oh yeah, Sean and his wife both are negative.
Good.
Negative for the COVID.
Das COVID.
Das COVID. I'm very glad to hear that.
Yeah, nobody wants to have a friend be sick.
No.
So let's see. I'm thinking I might finish this box and then we'll call it a night.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
It's been a fun stream though.
Sure has been. Yeah. I've had a good time. I told Jeff this stuff's great for me. I actually really, for whatever reason, I've never really minded doing menial repetitive tasks. Like they don't bother. There's something very zen about it. You kind of just think. My brain's always spinning, so it's kind of a nice moment to almost my brain's a little quieter. Just singularly focus on doing this one thing, and that's it.
I enjoy just knowing. Brett Cohen, says, Jeff, what's the name of your comic? Just tuned in. Oh, Stealing Solo Captain's Parody. We crowdfunded on Indiegogo. Initially, it was meant to be a 44-page comic book. It turned into a 90-something page graphic novel. I think it's 92 pages. So, yeah, it's our graphic novel. It's the story of the guys from the podcast. And, here's another interior page. Well, I don't actually know. That might tell some shit. Either way, Jesse was with me when I got these back from the colorist when we were in Columbus. Yeah. And stuff like that. And you're like, oh, cool. This is what it looks like.
I gotta say also, Jeff, you have 3 anthology stories in the back. One of them has like a Black Mirror level plot twist. Like your old Black Mirror, where I don't know about the new stuff, but I know like the last season I watched. I didn't watch the newest one. Last season I watched was a little underwhelming. But the old stuff where like when you hit the twist, like gut punch you felt, you get that in one of these stories.
Thank you. That means a lot because that's what I'm going for. Because Twilight Zone, old EC Comics, like folks, if I could have done only comics and no matter, like I'll put it like this, if I had a name like Ethan or Todd McFarlane or something, and my name carried so much weight, my books would be that. I love those types of stories. I love the weird sci-fi, the twist endings, the anthology style short stories per book. I'd love to put out a big graphic novel of a couple hundred pages, just nothing but those stories.
That'd be fun.
That would be like my dream project. A nice big leather bound book.
We'll do it.
I will do it one day. Maybe I'll start. I think Wokebusters is next. That is the book that has to be told. That story has to be told because all this stupid political correctness and wokeness and entertainment, we're making fun of everything. Nothing is sacred.
How much of that story do you have written already?
A little bit. Not enough. I mean, the logo's done. Outline is very, very rough. But I'm not going to do anything with crowdfunding until I have, pages done. Yeah.
I'm just wondering where you were on that one.
If you have ideas, talk to me. It's nothing set in stone that I can't, we can still have. We had a really great brainstorming session the other week.
We did.
Had a fun time. Let's see. Our friend K-Stodham42. Thank you very much for super chat. No message, but thank you very much. He was on your stream earlier.
Who was? Case Stodham. Oh, I think I called him Case Stadium. Case Stodham.
I'm assuming he's German because the first name, because he's a patron too. So I'm like, oh, that's why I say it the way I do. I could be saying it wrong.
You're just probably more right. I definitely was saying it wrong, but I gave him that because that's a symbol right now. So rock on, Case Stodham.
Andrew Plevin knows our catchphrase. Who you gonna cancel? Wokebusters. That's exactly our fucking thing. You know what? I'm gonna play this for you real quick. It's only a couple seconds long. We'll have some fun with it though. Ever since Tom taught me how to play videos in StreamYards. So that is Wokebusters. That is just the logo and when I'm gonna, try to do that.
Oh, fun stuff too, guys. If you guys don't subscribe to Popcorn Planet, that's Andy Signor's new channel since he's making his comeback after exonerating himself. He is doing woke trailers, and he has the Honest Trailers guy to narrate it now. So he's got his first 2 out. He did a really fun take on Die Hard, and then this last was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It was great. But Jeff and I both are probably going to write one of them for him.
That'll be fun. It's so crazy to think.
I was going to do a Ghostbusters.
We're friends with him.
And
I used to watch him on YouTube religiously.
I remember I never was religious, but I definitely saw the Honest Trailer stuff. Cracked me up back in the day.
I was a movie fights fanatic. That's why our podcast exists the way it does.
One of my favorite Honest Trailers one ever was the. It was for the 7th Harry Potter movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was just because it just kept going back and forth between Harry Potter and Voldemort, and it was he needs this and he needs a nose and he really needs a nose. It was fun.
Our friend Marty McFly says, just randomly realized that Back to the Future will be having its 35th anniversary this Friday.
Woo!
I'll be at my Aunt Pat's house. My cousin Jason and I, both of our favorite movies, Back to the Future. We might have to watch it on Friday.
Sure.
It'll be easy. So Aunt Pat loves that movie.
Hey.
Aunt Pat's really an easy person to watch movies with. Yeah. She'll watch anything.
Oh, that's cool.
Even if it's one of these weird, obscure horror films from from Europe or something.
I'm excited to get to know her better.
Oh yeah, you'll have a great time with her. She's one of my, like I said, I had Mom and Grandma really raised me, but Aunt Pat was just as much and did a great
No dad,
job.
3 moms.
Yeah, no dad, 3 moms. All straight, by the way. All related too.
There you go.
So I saw Brett ask, let's see, Brett said, brilliant, will you be able to buy Aussie or to ship to Australia or online? Oh yeah, these ship worldwide. Like I said earlier in the stream, basically we'll stagger out this release to the US basic level, then the top tiers, then we'll do the international stuff at the end. So everyone will get it. And yeah, when we do the second tier or the second one, yes, international, of course. Why not? You're cutting yourself off from a huge demographic.
Exactly.
We are called world-class bullshitters after all.
That's Clue. That's Clue. That's true.
Clue's a good movie.
It is a good movie. It took me. I didn't see it at all. When I was younger, Kelly was the first one to show it to me a few years ago, and she didn't. She didn't tell me about the endings. I had never heard, so we just watched. The version we had just played all 3 of them. So we watched it, and then it was and then she explained it to me, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. How they all had, depending on what part of the world you were in. So people would disagree over, no, it was this, no, it was that. That's such a cool idea.
It is, and that movie's got a great cast.
It is a lot of fun.
You know the French Maid?
That might be my favorite Tim Curry movie.
Mine too. I know most people are going to jump to Rocky Horror Picture Show or something like that, but I really like Clue the best. It's so funny. But the French Maid in that movie is the wife in Wayne's World. Remember your wife is a total babe? Why, thank you. Yeah, no, Bandhoff's wife. That's her. Her name's Colleen Camp.
Nice.
Right, yeah, Colleen Camp. Dean didn't realize I had Billy D. Williams hair. Yep, I need a haircut badly. So normally I keep my shit short like The Rock did back in the day, sideburns and all. But
is that what your haircut? Is that what you modeled your haircut after?
When I was a kid, I had the same haircut minus the sideburns. I could never, I can't grow a beard, so I was like, that'd be cool to have those. And so I think when I was in college, I started growing them. My facial hair was late to the party. So let's see who else we got in the chat. Ryan Welch says, thanks for making my night shift a bit faster here in the UK, guys. Woo. Ryan, thank you for joining us all the way from the UK. So
Yay.
We reach worldwide. It makes me feel good about everything.
I do. I love all the international people that I get on my channel, too.
Yeah, Ray's Double Dong is from down under. He's the guy that came all the way to Celebration.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, nice. He's a cool dude.
Very cool.
The logo is everything, says LG Last Boy. I made that logo up myself years ago because I used to sell T-shirts. That was my job right as we actually had the podcast. If you go back and you listen to the World Class Bullshitters brought to you by Incarnate Studios, that's my own business. I was my own sponsor.
Ah, you're funny.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It was slow in the year, but Christmas time, I couldn't even keep up with the order. It was crazy. I used to sell this sweater that was like Slayer, the band, the logo. It was spelled SLEIGHER, like Santa's sleigh.
You're such a...
People bought it up like crazy. You can make fun of it, but people bought that sweatshirt like you wouldn't believe.
I'm not surprised.
It was a lot of fun.
Because people like puns.
Yeah.
People have no taste.
Or people have great taste.
Mm-mm.
And your taste buds are broken.
Mm-hmm. Your taste buds are about to be sad because I ain't gonna make you dinner to keep that shit up.
Hello, Pizza Hut. Stuffed crust, please.
Oh, the other day I really want. Remember that the other day where I took I had like 2 things recycling in the trash. I had a full load of stuff going down while you had just were working on lunch. Mm-hmm. I really was hoping someone from the building that recognized me would be like, "Oh, why isn't your boyfriend helping you?" So I could be like, "He's up there making breakfast," or whatever it was.
On Sunday?
Whatever. I don't remember what day it was.
Because you made breakfast Sunday.
It was a day that you had cooked for us.
Oh, okay.
That you were up here cooking. It might have been like Monday or something.
You not cooking? Yeah, you. Beth, the mug. Yeah, just for now. Beth, we haven't had a chance. I haven't.
You haven't had anything hot in a while.
If I do ever drink coffee in the morning, I'm barely awake, and so I'm just kind of like going through the. Want some more?
I do.
All right.
I do.
I got your song stuck in my head.
Yeah, good.
I'll give you another stack like that. It's so weird, like, when the initial run came in, the messed up run, and I looked at it and I was like so angry, and there's only like I have 25 extras of that one, and I'm just looking at these going out to like, Jesus, this is a lot of shit. I can't imagine like if Ethan had to do all this by hand. Thankfully, he doesn't. I never want to have to do this by hand again.
Yeah,
that
sucks.
Yeah. That's okay. Jay Wick says, how can I get another? Like I said, I'm going to be offering a second print run with an amazing cover. It's going to be, I'm still playing with the idea. I'm going to keep the anthology stuff in there, but I'm going to take out the excess World Class Bullshitter stuff and replace it with the new thing that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And so, everyone will be able to get stuff. Don't worry. We initially had the print run. Everything was done and over. And I think if Brenda's still listening, you can contact the show. And if you'd like to, we can meet at a location since she said where she's a couple miles away. Mm-hmm. Just give it to her, save us money on shipping.
Yeah, sure.
So if you're a local listener,
actually, it'd be cool. Maybe we should do that before we start mailing things. Mm-hmm. Is just pick a place and be like, look, if you're local to LA, come here, get your copy.
Yeah.
You'll get it faster. All that stuff will just be at a place, for a few hours, someplace like a Starbucks or some shit like that when things are open. And you want to just come, meet Jeff, get your copy hand delivered to you. That'd be fun.
I'd like to do that. I think that'd be a great idea.
We do have a lot of, not everyone, we do have some local people.
I bet you K-Stu fan would come up.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure he would.
He was going to be somebody I was going to wait the mail to and just give it to in person because I thought we were going to hang out at that movies pop-up when we get back.
Yeah, we got to
get those tickets soon, yeah.
See if it's...
let's see. Okay, Brenda's still here. Brenda, like Jesse said, we'll pick a time and we'll all get together. We'll make it a public thing. You come by and pick it up. That'd be fun. I can tell you thank you in person.
Exactly.
Dr. Coffin says, can I get a copy of the original at Indy? Probably. Because I don't... It's a possibility. I think I might take a case to Indianapolis.
Of these guys?
Yeah. I'll have them in the bags, too, so when people take them...
Well, we're taking some... now, right?
To Cincinnati,
so there'll be some will be there. You're not going to get rid of the whole box right away, right?
Oh, no. My mom's like, I want 10 copies for me. I'm like, okay, Mom, you have as many copies as you fucking want.
So cute.
My mom, is super proud. She's like, I can't wait to see it, Jeffrey. I'm so proud of you, and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, Mom, thank you. My mom's great. But yeah, Dr. Coffin Nails, since I know you so well, we'll make it happen. Don't worry, dude. What up, Dregs? How you doing? Don't think I'm ignoring your messages, man. Like I said, the automated message system on our Facebook page is stupid. We made it years ago. Because if you contact us on Facebook, it goes, World Class Bullshitters is unavailable. If you have an emergency, dial 911 or something like that. It's been years. I just thought it was funny once, and we never changed it. I think we should change it.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, okay, Brenda is Monarch818. Let me just take a picture of that real quick so I know how to contact her. Ooh, onto the giant pop figure. We have a couple Funko Pops in the apartment, not because I'm a fan, but because Joel buys them for me as a joke.
You got your credit for your Axel F one though.
Blue Rune, no, these have already been sold. This is an Indiegogo. I had a hiccup with the first printing. The company just did it wrong, so I got the money back, and I paid to do it myself from another company that does the DC books. So,
right. Well, I don't know how many extra you're going to have. I say if we're going to do an LA meetup, if people haven't gotten theirs, you could sell them.
Oh yeah, I could do that. That's a fantastic idea.
Yeah.
I'm glad you have a car. We'll put a couple extra. We'll figure out who's going to show up.
Yeah, we'll just prepare for the possibility and have them. That way, if you're local and you want to grab your own copy, you can get it custom signed. Then
I will. To you directly. I'll bring them unsigned for that.
Well, bring out everything unsigned, so anyone who comes pick it up directly can get a personal, to whoever the hell you are, love whatever, and if you're weird like Sean Firefart, you want me to kiss a copy, I guess I can do that too.
And I have a list. I mean, I trust the people, but I have a list of people who bought it. If somebody's like, I bought one, use me, you have to give me your name so I can at least know.
Yeah.
Exactly. We have a printout of Indiegogo gives you this list that you can just get. So that's pretty cool. And Nat, your average nurse says, when that happens, let me know. I'm over here in Burbank. Oh shit. Okay, we were just there the other day.
We were.
We're at your Target, right?
We were. Yeah, or the North Hollywood one right now. Yeah.
Okay. Because
we were hiking not in Brand Park, which is technically Glendale, but it's like more Burbank.
Darth Megatron says, my dick's hard. How's everyone else doing? Pretty turgid here.
Whoa.
Bear Business One, thank you very much for your super chat. He says, hail. Great to see the road to the comic coming out continues to move forward. Congrats on the book. Amazing job pushing through the hiccups. Thank you very much, Bear Business. I wish everyone could be as understanding as that, but you know what? I'm not going to let people stop me.
Sure, but that's the thing I think some people don't realize is that for all you want to sit there and bitch and whatnot, there's a human being at the other end who is not. I mean, I don't know how anyone, and to me, it's just so disingenuous some of the ways people have acted online. Because to me, this one's it's a little warped here.
Then we won't give that one out. Yeah, I don't like that one.
Yeah.
If you have any of these, because there's going to be enough, we'll just.
Yeah.
I can give these to my family. They don't give a shit.
Even my family won't care, and our friends out here, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We'll give Dr. Steven a copy too at some point.
Yeah, he's cool. I think he'd like it.
I think so. But no, I think what people don't think about, and I think it's something to bear in mind too whenever you want to be critical of someone, is there's a human being on the other end of that. And if anyone, again, so disingenuous some of the attacks on Jeff, if you spend half a second watching any of his channel or any of that, he's not that kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
So then there's someone at the other end who's just as bothered by the product not being right as you are. And so it's great that people are seeing this and seeing it from Jeff's side, which is, this has been a huge setback on something that has been a dream of his for such a long time. And it's been tough for him. So all the understanding and support, because I was there, I saw it was devastating for me to watch him just be so jaded about this thing that was so important to him. And it took a while for him to get that excitement back. So thank you guys, everyone who's been cool and understanding and great. And it's gonna be worth the wait. And from me to you, thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, it was a bunch of setbacks and stuff, but I'm back in the back in that mood, that mindset, in the saddle again.
I'm back in the saddle again.
And it was an interesting learning experience, and I'm back
in the saddle again.
What's the next word?
I know.
I'm back.
Probably I'm back.
No, but yeah, it's exciting though to be there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really exciting to mail these bitches off because we live with the cats love it.
Yeah.
Because the sealed ones they live on top of.
They do.
We put a blanket over it.
They're gonna be mad when it's gone, when Box Mountain's all gone.
Yeah. I'll be happy when Box Mountain is gone. As much as I enjoy looking at the success in front of me. It's nicer when it's,
Should we just leave it at this configuration?
Yeah, for now.
That's what I figured.
I'm just excited to do. There is a possibility of a second story to this. If you've already read it, I actually left a little Easter egg in for the sequel. And if this, if the second printing has that much of a demand, then we'll do that one and Blockbusters. Because the beautiful part about the second printing is this book's done. It's not going to be like, it'll essentially be sends in the orders a couple days after it's done.
Exactly. There's no wait time. There's no extra production, really. It'll just be those few extra things if you want to, if you're going to put in them, and that's it.
And that's the thing I'm going to do from now on. Like, since it was a learning experience, and I thought, I had done other art jobs in the past. I was like, well, if I figure it to take this much time to do stuff, then it can be done that way. I'm going to make sure shit's completely done before I go. Maybe if there's going to be like a bonus perk or something, sure. we'll wait that part out. But like when it comes to story pages, my end will be done. That way I can talk about more of the story, but I also don't want to spoil it because there's a big twist to this one. And nobody figured out.
I do think it's great. She pancake! Not for you! Not for you! For sure not! For sure not for you! She pancake! She pancake's bad. No! She pancake, no! She pancake, no!
Oh, shit pancake. Don't eat those.
She pancake, no!
Maybe one day there'll be a shit pancake comic.
There has to be. He's getting his own channel. We'll probably fully launch his first videos when we come back. Here's some more. Where's the present receptacle? There's some down by my feet. I know too. I should be.
Thank you, Shauna Simpson. It's great to have you on a live stream with us tonight. Justin Smith says, "Hi guys, Jeff. What is your opinion on Duge Ten Drapple? I don't know who that is actually.
All right,
you need that me to take. Okay, hold on. Let me put this lid on this. Here, I'll go.
Wow.
How the hell did we get these all up here? And we went right to eat afterwards too, like into cooking right away, didn't we? Or no, we went to IHOP that day.
Oh yeah.
We sat next to some Instagram influencers.
Oh my god. They were the only people in the restaurant. Well, there's one party that was finishing up when we got in, and these fucking influencers are like, "Oh my god, look at my meal." I'm like, you guys are sad people. I'm so glad I'm not that.
Placeholder history. Yeah, that's the real story of the comic book. That's not a joke. He asked what the premise of the book was, and somebody told him in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the premise. It's protected under parody, but yeah, it's the premise of the book right there.
I need
more.
Okay. Oh, Shpancake, you want part of the stream? Well, that's okay. I was shooting stuff earlier, and Shpancake insisted on being part of fucking every shot. So, come here, Shpancake. You want to say hello to the internet? Hello, the internet.
The internet. Hello.
Hello, baby Shpancake. Oh, cat. Also, macaroni mongoose. Also a dolphin.
He's the cutest cat.
Also a person. Because I'm related to Papa. This is my Papa. I love my Papa.
Now to answer Justin Smith's question,
Papa, why are you paying attention to me?
He's looking in the mirror. He's not even paying attention to me.
Okay.
Let me Google that real quick because I've never heard of Duge 10 Drapole. Is it supposed to be like a?
No, it's not your boss.
Is it supposed to be somebody's name? Because if it's a specific person's name, I know who you're talking about. I don't really have an association with that guy anywhere. If that's what you're asking, I back if it's who I think it is. I backed the first book and stuff like that, and that's cool. But I believe some stuff was said about me, and so I just don't deal with that person anymore.
Who is it?
Cecil made fun of him in his book. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was trying to say it like that.
Was that the book that didn't get fulfilled, or that
no. I can't be dishonest about that. That 100% came in.
Yeah, that's fair.
And it was a really nice set too. Actually, I looked at that when I was like, man, some of this stuff I should try to copy. No, his stuff came 100%. But just what was said about me, I was just like, really? After I bought your shit and had you on the channel and stuff and tried to support it and do whatever. I'm not asking you to make excuses for me or kiss my ass. Just don't make up lies or don't propagate lies. Let me at least say what's up.
Yeah.
So yeah, if that's who I think it is, that's my stance on it. Okay, that's who they're talking about. Hello from Cbus. We got an Ohio representative. What up?
Yeah.
Hi, Father Dope. Thank you for the support. Like I said, we're just signing these and to be fulfilled. Well, this is the fulfillment process.
Process. Keyword process.
Yes, it's process. So No. Oh, for name, I don't have drama with Cecil. Cecil and I are cool. The specific person they were asking about.
Cecil made fun of in his comic. Which I think is hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what goes on between people. I don't really follow that. People are like, how do you stay out of the drama? I just do. I have friends. Ethan's my friend. He's been a great guy.
Don't be a part of it.
I'm just
That's
not a part of it.
Hard.
I've made friends with John Malin now.
John's a cool dude. We should.
Anna's always been a friend of mine. So she's great.
Yeah, that's my best.
And I'm just picking people in the comic stuff that we do in our sphere that I'm friends with. I mean, I'm cool with a lot of people. Like Elasmat's a nice guy. He was on your show last night.
He's super cool. His very first.
A lot of the people that make the books in the Comicsgate community, I might not have had a chance to speak with them, but I don't have any problems with people. I just keep myself. I hate to use this phrase, but I keep my nose clean. Put it like that.
I have some problems with some people, but I don't get involved usually. Typically, when you see me get involved, it's usually on behalf of someone else because they've done some shit, like gone after my boy here, or gone after Anna, or Jeremy. Jeremy's a big boy, he can take care of himself. Still, they're my friends, and I don't appreciate people. You wanna make crap. That's why you'll never see me. I never do response videos. People come out attacking me, stuff like that. I don't feel the need to. But when I see people attacking people I care about, you're done. Sorry.
Yeah, I get that way too. Like, I don't care in the comments section of videos. You can say whatever you want about my opinions or my work or whatever. But when people say shit about Dion, like, there's been some terrible shit that's said about him. I'm like, nope. Then I'm not cool with it. I don't block people, but I'm just like, fuck that person. So it's just like, you don't have to like what we say. Go away. If you don't enjoy the show, just don't come back.
I always love the people who would get on my channel in the comment section or whatnot and be all like, why do you say this? You suck. I hate you. You're person. You make me so mad. I'm like, why do you watch?
Well, that stuff doesn't bother me, but they were calling Dion the N-word, and I was like, nope. That's the shit I'm talking about. I don't give a shit. If you dislike our content, that's fine. But when that happens quite a bit.
That level, I block. Like when people say things like, yes, Jessie Milestone, because she's a Jew.
Yeah, people say fucked up shit. By the way, Blue Rune, there will be a secondary print run that you can get. And if you're a local to LA, I guess we're going to do a thing where you can come meet us. And
and buy your copy, original edition.
Yeah, and I'll sign it directly to you. So yeah, Blue Rune, just keep watching the channel and just keep asking.
You should do that actually when you do your second printing. You should have an LA local option. So instead of shipping, it's just people can pick that if they want to, pick it up personally.
And I should get our other person involved that's helping with it.
Yep.
And see if they can come down.
Oh yeah,
that'd be a big
great.
thing.
People would love that. Get your copy signed in person.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing. Do you know how people like collect signatures sometimes? Like I want everyone from this thing to sign this thing. You might have to go signature hunting with the next print.
By the way, Blue Rune, Southern Indiana is not a bad thing for a place for you to be because we do Horror Hound in Indianapolis every year. So as long as it doesn't get shut down due to COVID, I'm going to be there with a small case of them too. So don't worry if you'll have plenty of time to do this or ample opportunity. And check out Wolfbusters when it comes out. That'll be the fun one.
Yeah.
The blue-haired land whale ghost is my personal favorite. Let's see. Release Stealing Solo 2 says ML Maven. I can't really, but we have there's a sequel to it. Yeah. Like I said, if the second printing has a high enough demand, we can do that. 2021 can be that year.
But you put that as a reach goal.
I should do that as a reach goal, a sequel. But it'll have to be a reach goal. We'll make it. It doesn't buy you a copy.
Oh yeah, no.
Clarify that.
Yeah. If this thing reaches this much, we will create the next one.
The thing is, it's meant to be a trilogy. I have a third book planned. Jesse knows what it is.
I do.
It's the third one's the best one.
I love the title.
Yeah, it's fucked up, but I love it. This is your reprint, Dan. If you're one of the backers, which it sounds like you are, this is your reprint. As you can see, the first one was not what I wanted, but you have a new back cover. It's perfect bound with a spine. It says Stealing Solo on it. Nice high gloss, extra bonus pages. So yes, this is one of these. This could be yours. I'm signing right now, Dan. Thank you very much. But yeah, this is it.
My eyes are all shiny.
You look wonderful, though.
I can't itch it because it's all of my fingers.
So let's see. I want to see Jeff as Jason Bourne.
If anyone gets a sparkle in their package, it's from
your eye.
Get a piece of glitter.
Well,
Jeff didn't do these at a strip club. It's just.
No, I wish I did. Like on Burn Notice when they took.
To that guy.
You know what we could do is when we do the next run or whatever,
mm-hmm.
we could for your audience, like, yeah, Jesse will kiss your book for this tier,
that'd be a fun one.
And then I'll just give you the difference.
Sounds good to me. I'll do that.
I know a couple people who are definitely going to be like, "Oh, I gotta have Jesse's kiss on it."
Absolutely. You got my lipstick.
What do I think about Nerd Erotic as Silver Mangana? Gary's our friend.
We love Gary.
Gary's a cool dude. When I had the issue with the other printer and people were saying about all these problems we had with the first one, Gary said, "Come on Friday Night Tights." He gave me the floor. He's always been a supportive friend.
He's such a sweetheart.
He's a good dude. So I have nothing but nice things to say about him.
We're really excited to see him again one day. Vegas, the latest, it sounds like, as long as that all goes down.
Marty McFly says, how can I be a backer or get a copy? Marty, just keep watching the channel. There will be a second printing with another opportunity to get a book. Do not worry. And it'll be sooner than you think. This year, for sure, 100%. And we can actually...
Possibly by the end of the summer.
By the end of the summer, put it like this. I can make it to where you can get your book before Christmas 100%. It'll be at the end of the summer, realistically. I should launch it as soon as we get
as soon as
the covers done. Yeah.
Hell, I mean, depending on how things go, that one might get shipped out before we finish all the tiers of this one.
Yeah, for the end. Yeah, if you're an American backer, you might get your print run before the international backers. And by the way, I had to buy a box of Sharpies. When I got these in the mail, I was very happy because remember as a kid, I go to art class. The Sharpies are like, oh, don't use the Sharpies too much, and now I'm like, I have a case of Sharpies myself.
Have you actually burned through an entire Sharpie yet?
This one's pretty much dead. Oh. Yeah, Sharpies are dependable. Is this got bags in it? No, that's empty. Yeah, so Barty McFly, like I said, just keep watching the channel, dude, and I will make sure you get Bobby James. I do have have an idea for multiple series.
Too, that way we don't end up confusing the good ones with the bad ones. Oh, your presents are flying everywhere. I hate them. Keep them for you. You need to keep them.
Thank you, Blue Rune. I appreciate that. Thank you, Stormcloud Jesus, as I fucking love you. Thanks. We love you right back.
More books, please.
Yeah.
GBK, what are you doing up there?
He's just being a little comfy.
He's being a little you. You're such a you. Such a little you. That's his favorite insult, to call you a you. Just such a you.
This is I usually am like against the phrase graphic novel, but this is a full one. People in the chat were asking to hold it up. Yeah, it's a lot of story. It's 4 different stories, and the main one is the selling point. But it's got to, like back in the day with the Marvel books, if you got a summer annual, you would get the main story, and then you get backup stories of old stuff, sometimes reprinted. That's what this is, because no one ever read Anthology. I never had the money to print the book. So there we go. That's going to be, you'll get to see the evolution of my art, the storytelling, and like Jesse gave me a very nice compliment about the Black Mirror level twist. Thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah, like all 3 of them were good and had good, twists in them. But that one, you know which one I'm talking about, I think. The Senator Joel Hastings. That's really like a
you like that one the best? That's the one you like?
That one I think has because the third one is similar, has a similar like style of twist, and it's horrific, but it doesn't. It's definitely horrific, and I think the way you draw it too is like, oh god, it really, nails that home. But it doesn't have the same like, just taking the air out of your sail, like sucking the like joy out of the room the way that second one does.
That one's based off my aunt.
I know you told me.
I told you that one. Not Aunt Pat, not my favorite aunt. If I was gonna make a comic about Aunt Pat, she'd be some cool chick.
But a superhero, scooter.
Maybe a superhero. Let's see. Not Your Average Nerd PO box. I moved it down here. Hold on, I have the PO box right here. Hold on, shit. Right here, Not Your Average Nerd. We Jesse and I shared the PO box because we shared the apartment.
I got a text today. It's time to renew at the end of the month, so we'll go. Either maybe when we come back, we'll swing by and we'll re-up.
I have to actually cancel my one in Ohio. They recharged me, and I never finished that. So a couple months, but
you should set up if you can. I don't know if can you do a forwarding from a PO box?
I don't know. Ask,
because a lot of people have the address for your old.
The thing is, my mom's gone to check on it, and people aren't sending anything, so it's cool.
Right here.
Yeah. By the way, the Cameron Posh interview, when I get back from Ohio, this is how the channel is going to work, folks. I'm going to try to put out a video. I'm trying to put out a couple of videos that are going to be more writing and audio, a little lower on the visual side so I can get more stuff out, because the way YouTube likes to work is if you don't put out stuff within a specific period, they reset your channel for like up to 90 days. Yeah, Gary was telling us about that. And so I've been fortunate that I kind of have foregone sleep to get a couple things done, and now we're kind of on the upswing. So I'm going to keep that momentum rolling. I want to keep the momentum rolling. So just to do it for like that. But coming back, I'm going to email Cameron, get in contact with him. He's been really a cool dude, and I'd like to sit down with him. And what I want to do is I want to turn it into an interview series where I'll take the interview with Russell from Lucasfilm, who does know George Lucas personally and worked directly at Lucasfilm under George when George was still there. And that was a really awesome interview. And I'll put these interviews together and put them up on Patreon. Speaking of, turn a little series together.
When we get back, you've gotta encourage me to work up the courage to use that old number. That phone number.
I'll call it for you and hand you the phone. Say,
that's fine. It's I do happen to have a phone number from an interview I did years ago with somebody who worked directly on the original Star Wars, and he lives out here. So if I have any opportunity to perhaps get another interview, because that'd be so. Because when I talked to him before, I didn't have any of the Disney stuff. That'd be so interesting to hear his thoughts on the new stuff, especially as one of the fixers from before.
Let's see. Funky Lemonade says, on behalf of the old heads, we see you and we appreciate all your efforts. Hail. #washed. #Fandom Menace. Well, thank you very much, Funky Lemonade. Messages like that mean a lot, because Jesse knows I've just been kind of bummed out about a couple things. Nothing to do with you guys, just in general. With sometimes I feel like, we're just spinning wheels, but it's nice that people are coming out and being like, hey, we're still here type of thing. So thank you guys. Like I said, when I say thanks for specific things, it's not just hollow platitudes trying to play the PR game and we're so thankful. No, I mean it
legitimately.
There's more.
Thank you.
But again, thank you very much, Funky Lemonade. Glad to see you're still here. The Fandom Menace isn't going anywhere at all. We got a lot of cool stuff planned.
That was my favorite, was Jarbo. I got into it with him on Twitter because it's funny. But I got into it. I said a couple things and went about my day and didn't think about it. Well, he went through and replied to everybody who said something about him on the thread. And he tried to be like, your channel's more dead than mine is. I'm like, that's just, I wasn't going to split hairs. I'm like, that's functionally not true. But I just think that's funny. I ain't going anywhere either. You can call me, you can say whatever you want. I'm here to stay. Y'all don't even know what I'm capable of yet. So
I know they're about to find out.
I will. My newest project where I was like, I was makeup design, costume design, wardrobe talent, all of the talent for my last project, not to mention producer, director, editor, cinematographer, with a few exceptions.
By the way, folks, I've actually received a couple messages about the High Council not being the full render. That is something that is out of my control completely. That is a YouTube thing.
Oh, where it only puts a part of the thing.
Only
you really watch an hour or something, or 2 hours of it. That, I don't know. Sometimes it just takes time for it to put the full thing up.
Like I said, folks, just give it some time. I don't have control over that. We hit record and a lot of.
What it'll do, it'll show the last one, so you can't go back and listen to the beginning of it for a while, which sucks. I'm like, I'm trying to go back and listen to the beginning of the video. I'm like, where the fuck is the beginning of this video?
Well, the thing is with the High Council, it's it's a 3-hour show almost. Yeah. And it sucks for people that come on Tuesday morning or Wednesday mornings and they get up. They're like, I'm gonna listen to the show at work, and only an hour of it's available or something like that. So, if it doesn't work, let me know next week, and I'll download it and I'll upload it to the secondary channel for people. So, Brett Cohen has a question. Says, Jesse, are Anna's Vampirella covers hand or print signed? I keep missing her live stream to ask. I've been keeping an eye out for the comic, Jeff. They cat signed. We'll get the cat to sign them too.
Did she sign her covers?
She's going. There's a tier. She has to go to Jersey.
Go out there to hand. So yes, hand signed.
Yeah.
She will be going hand signing those, and then the trading cards that everyone's getting, she also hand signed those. She was working them on a few different streams, and so she used a few different colors. So if you happen to, and it's just gonna be random who gets what. So if you happen to get the gold trading card or the trading card with the gold signature, that is rare, and the super rare one is the blue one where she also colored the lips in red.
You know what's going to be cool, because speaking of trading cards, how we're going to do the SJW cards, I looked into how they're going to come packaged. It's going to be a whole box ready to go. We just have to drop it in a mailer and slap a sticker on it. It's going to be so quick.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm super excited for those. That'll be. I think I can get all that done in a calendar year. I would love it.
Sure.
Look, I wish I had the reach where this was all I had to do for a job. Create art in YouTube and just hang out. Because the YouTube is very time consuming, but the art part's so fun. It's fulfilling.
Yeah.
You're an artist. You know what it's like. Like, I listen to your song. I see the satisfaction on your face.
It does feel good to create something.
It does.
A lot better than just screaming into the void.
Well, like I said, it's...
I don't get me wrong. I love screaming into the void.
Why do you
this
do?
is a lot more satisfying.
But, Brett, yeah, that has answered your question. If you guys have any more, let us know. We can always... we're cool with Anna. So if there's something you need to know about her art stuff...
If you can't get the answer from her, I probably can. I don't already know it.
Let's see. People are saying, damn YouTube. I really want Disney to turn Gargoyles, Titan AE, Anastasia, and Thumbelina into a live-action TV series.
I love Thumbelina. That's one I still have to make you watch one time. You probably actually like some of the art on it and some of the creature design on it. It's really funky.
I'll give it a shot. I saw, like, what's that movie, Fern Gully as a kid? Remember Fern Gully?
Yeah.
That was a movie.
That was fine.
But do I have any advice for someone who wants to start on YouTube? Any lessons you wish you knew ahead of time, like channel reset thing? To me, that's new information, and that doesn't deter me. Dedication's the thing, and I know that sounds like basic stuff, but there are times where you'll put in effort and you won't get a return. And sometimes you just do something half-assed and it comes out and it's the biggest thing you've ever done. So I think that the whole trick is you just got to see it through. Just keep pumping out the content. I mean, Salvador has been making toy reviews on 2 Cent Toys. That's the name of his channel. He's been doing it for quite a while, and he finally had like a big hit with his Snowspeeder review. He got thousands of views and hundreds of new subscribers and stuff, and that's how it works, You
just got to keep slogging away. I have my 3 tips. For the YouTube tip, post regularly. It does not matter how often, as long as it is at a regular time and day. That is the best thing you can do when you're trying to set yourself up. Because people who do come, they get used to that. Also, YouTube the algorithm just likes that. So you post at a regular time of day and a regular day of the week, even if it's just once a week, even if it's once every other week. Once a week is you probably don't want to do too much less than that when you're trying to get traction. But posting regularly is huge. From a technical side, sound. Your sound is get your sound locked down. That is even more important than your video quality.
Yeah.
You can suffer through, SD quality as long as your sound is good. If you're muffled, too loud, too quiet, whatever.
Look what I did. I built the channel without a camera.
Yep.
I've never really this is the only time I've streamed like this for this long on camera. And look where we are. But I did buy a nice expensive Blue Yeti microphone. And, I do pour over the audio details. So Jesse's 100% right.
Sound is even more important. And yeah, because exactly, you don't even have to be on camera. And then from a content standpoint, you have to find the balance of what's popular and what do I bring to the table. So when you figure out the sort of what you want to do, what style of video you want to make, what niche you're going to be a part of, what subject matter you're going to cover, make sure it's something that people want to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you figure that out, what do you bring to the table? What's your own unique spin or take? How do you do it? Whether it's your voice, just your sense of humor, whether it's your visual style, whether it's you pair, some subject matter with an unrelated activity that you do that looks cool or fun, whatever it is, what unique spin do you bring that nobody else is doing? Because otherwise you become a clone of everyone else.
Yeah.
I like how they have this nice edge here that you can just tear right off and open, and you're like, no, I'm going to go through the back end.
No, but this has that edge. It has the same edge as this. It's resealable down there.
Oh. That's weird.
And I'll tell you something that most people won't tell you. There will be a lot of pushback. No matter how good your videos are, there are going to be people that tell you negative shit no matter what. Don't listen to that stuff.
I had haters on some of my earliest stuff that barely got any views.
But the thing is, if you're proud of what you do, just keep doing it. Do not let people say you suck, quit. Now, if somebody says, hey, like, for example, when I started doing the videos, they're like, I can hear the little pops or the breaths between your sentences. I did take that and I cut them out. But like, if somebody says like you suck die or something like that, ignore that person. And if people disagree with you, people are going to disagree. Put what you want out there. Don't worry about I have to. These people have to agree with me 100%. Because you know what? For as much as I love Star Wars, I say I like the special edition has merits, and people go, no, only original. And then I always bring up, well, what's the original? You mean the version you saw on videotape as a kid, and then that introduces a whole new argument. But still, stick to your guns about certain things, and just don't let people break you down. If you're passionate about it, people will find you, and don't lose the optimism. That's my like secret piece of advice that most people won't say to you.
And if it's stuff that you care about, other people will care too. As long as you're doing what you love and your heart's in it, people will respond to that.
Yeah, Danny Slater, I actually got all the books I need to sign for tonight. What did we sign? 3 cases or 2?
3.
Okay, yeah, so we got
3.
That's oh god, so that's what 200 and something copies I signed today on top of the other, like whatever. We're almost done with
200 copies. Yeah.
So there's quite a few that have been signed, but yeah, everybody's getting their book, the good version. So I'm very happy.
Oh,
I know I'm too.
Fortunately, dinner's quick.
Oh, I'm happy about that.
I'll have you do the.
Yeah, I'll read the boxes.
And I'll do the chicken.
What we need right now, though, is a drink. There you go.
Thanks.
Yeah, very welcome. Oh yeah, this has been a hell of a stream though. This has been a lot of fun. It's gonna make me kind of miss doing the Fandom Menace Tonight stuff. But like I said, folks, if we can get it over on the other channel to be viable, I like the one-on-one interaction. It's just that it kills the channel, and then that's kind of demoralizing because when you put all the effort into the video, YouTube doesn't let you see it. Because if YouTube gave me the same push on everything, it'd be a lot different of a story. But there's just a weird algorithm that they have, so.
You're all slaves to it.
Yeah. Let's see. I had heard that Disney Plus was going to bring back X-Men the animated series and make more episodes with the original cast and crew who created the 90s. If that's the case, I'm excited, but they can't, like with, Beavis and Butthead that they announced was coming back out today. You can't make it under the guise of today. Like the sensibilities of the X-Men show should be a continuation, not 25 plus years later, and reflect the modern world. Because the shit the X-Men were fighting in the 90s is still interesting. I mean, the kids, yes, there was allegory and stuff, but it's like, yeah, I want to watch them fight Magneto and do this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Pete says I need to come on Friday Night Tights sometime. Anytime they offer me, I'd love to. Like I said, I've been friends with Gary and Jeremy for a while, and Comics Division's cool too. He's been on the High Council, I believe, twice. So yeah, anytime they will have me, I will make my schedule work. I'd love to be on there. It's always fun to talk about geek culture stuff. I mean, that's why we can make Star Wars videos for years, because we love the shit.
Mm-hmm.
You want more books? Is that what you're asking for?
Yeah, I was going to put that one in.
Okay.
This box to be maxed out, but we should bag all these. So
yeah. Where do we... So we just have these... This is the overflow?
I guess so.
Okay.
But there were some that were overflow from your other box.
Yeah.
Too.
By the way, the way you were doing this with the little space for the air is
Yeah.
way better, because we're not having any issues. I was doing super tight, like I do with my comics back home.
That's what I was doing initially, but...
Modalicious, I do have eyebrows. They're just incredibly light. What'd you say?
You keep knocking the presents off when you do this.
Where are you going to put them? Let me just throw them at you?
Yeah.
Here. Put the presents in here. Shout out for the Beavis and Butthead Do America's movie soundtrack. Oh, for Nave, we listened to that the other day. Remember I played that Rob Zombie song? And I told you how good that soundtrack was. We were having a lot of fun. We had dinner. We were sitting in bed.
Oh, yeah.
We watched Ice Age. And then she's like, hey, let's play some music.
We're just trading songs.
Yeah, Rob Zombie.
We went through our combined Rob Zombie catalog, which equaled like 6 songs total.
Yeah.
Something like that. What you breaking?
No, I just knocked something over. There we go. Boxes are falling. Let's see. I recommend checking out the Rocky Horror Picture Show every Saturday night at the New Art Theater in Santa Monica Boulevard. On Santa Monica Boulevard.
Oh yeah, I know about that. They do it every week. Well, they're not doing it right now because theaters are closed. But yeah, I've thought about going before. I was temporarily in line because I was with some friends and some of them were going to see it and some of us weren't. So we just hung out. Like we sort of dropped them off in line, as it were.
I have seen the Rocky Horror Picture Show in person once. It was for a school project, actually, in college. It was fun. Is it my thing? Not really. Would I see it again if a group of people that I was friends with wanted to? Yeah, it's not terrible.
When you say in person, you mean like a proper screening where people were doing all the stuff?
Yeah,
okay,
that's what I'm talking about. Not like watching it at home, but like
yeah, it's pointless to do it without a crowd.
I want to see the room with a crowd, do the spoons thing and all that stuff. You don't have to go. What up, Stratos Radio Blues? Just fulfilling the comic and signing them and bagging them up and stuff. And it's been a really fun, productive night. I'm really happy that we had so many people turn out to hang out with us. Let's see. We did have a super chat roll note from Jack White. Thank you very much for everything tonight, Jack White. He says, one more series, one of my all-time favorites, Yu Yu Hakusho. That's the show we watched in that bar in Cincinnati, remember?
Oh, that one where you couldn't figure out what the hell was going on because the sound wasn't on.
Yeah, it was weird. They were at a tournament because the guy was killing everybody, right? Like the big guy with the glasses, they were like trying to fight him and he would touch him and they would all die.
Yeah.
It was cool. I will watch that just out of curiosity. Now,
right now I want to know it and say I still never know what happened.
Yeah, I want to find out. It's like I know you don't really care about Dragon Ball Z, but it'd be like watching the Frieza saga so far, or the Namek saga, I guess is what it's called, and not seeing when the planet blows up. So.
See, for all that I watched that show as a kid, that is way more than I know than I've ever knew about it.
Phil's a huge fan. Dan's a huge fan. So I mean, we talk about it in that regard. But
I hate these things so much
too because they're static in the fan.
Put these away, please. You just can't. And they start blowing everywhere because the thing is they're gonna blow around, and then our cat's gonna eat them, and then. If he doesn't puke them up, he's going to get stuffed up and he's going to have to get another surgery. If Lando needs another surgery because of these things, you're paying for it.
Bloody Bumper says, Jeff, your mom knew my mom from Frisch's. Oh, I know who you are. We're Facebook friends. Yeah, man. Now that we're Facebook friends, I see the stuff you posted. I saw the thing you posted about the ISS the other day, which made me laugh. So thanks for watching, man. It was cool. I was at GameStop. And this guy, I was looking at the Luke Skywalker figure. This guy starts talking to me about toys, and I'm thinking, oh, okay, another collector. I love this type of shit. And then it turns out he watches the channel. I'm like, no way. He was super cool.
Yeah,
that's
awesome. Fun when that happened. Oh, did you tell your channel how we got recognized?
I haven't. So Jesse and I, Sunday morning, right? We're going to get food for brunch.
Yeah.
Tell them the rest.
Well, we're just in our local supermarket, and we're turning down an aisle, and someone goes, Jesse and Jeff, and we're like, yeah. And it's just a listener who lives in the area, who works in the industry, and he was so funny. He was like, I work with the celebrities all the time, but it's just way cooler meeting you guys. And it was really sweet. So we exchanged emails and stuff, and we're gonna meet up with them and when we come back from Cincy, maybe when the restaurants reopen, I guess. But yeah. It's always a trip when that happens. But yeah, if you see us on the street, look, you can't mistake me. It's the hair. You can't mistake Jeff.
Me. It's the size.
It's gigantic.
Yeah.
And you'll hear our voices and whatnot. If you ever recognize us, come say hi. I love
that shit.
We're not going to be douchey to you. We're always going to be excited. I had someone chase me down once. I was on my way to dinner with someone, and we walked by them, and he gave me this weird look, and I was like, huh? Like, what's his deal? He turns around. He's like, I'm sorry, I just have to ask you, Jesse, in my house. And I'm like, yeah, it's so fun. It is a great. The very first time it ever happened to me was at Universal. And I was with my best friend Kelly, and she loved it. Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Brain fart, yo.
Yeah.
Though my favorite one was probably with you at Wawa. That was in
cool.
Walt. That guy was cool as shit. Because last year, Jesse and I have been dating for almost a year. We started dating at the beginning of August 3rd. And so we're doing this long distance relationship thing. And it was, it happened. It worked. We made it work. Look where we are now.
Here we are.
But we would see each other every couple of weeks the way we would do it. So I went to Philly for Thanksgiving, and I'm all excited about seeing her. I just met her mom. Everything's cool. This guy's like, you guys like Star Wars? And we're like, yeah. He's like, oh, I watch your channel. I recognize your voice. I was like, that's fun. Yeah,
I think one of my favorite ones was I was at a bar nearby here, actually. And the guy, he's like, I didn't even see your face. I heard your voice. I knew it was you. Like, yeah. And he was the shit because he hooked me up.
Bloody Bumper, I'm going to be in town next week. I'm visiting my mom for her birthday. I'm going to stop by that GameStop and see if he said Holdo's still there. So I'm going to go film it.
Hysterical.
Got it for the channel. That I realized that is our channel's like unique thing is the toy videos.
Yeah.
And actually went and filmed some stuff the other day out here. It was my second one out in California. The third one, excuse me. The second one was when we found all those Episode 7 figures still at the store.
Yep.
Now, let's see. Our friend Jack White also says, just like the DBZ, the main characters die in the first episode. Difference is they don't bring him back using a magic dragon. Oh, okay. I'm willing to give all these shows a shot. That's the thing. I don't judge it until I've watched it. Even the dumbest crap, like what was it, Bo? The guy has fighting nose
What?
hairs. Yes.
Bo?
Yes. You never heard of it?
No.
Well, hold on. I'm going to show you a picture. I just wanted the audience to see your reaction.
Is that the last one?
This is the last one. We did it. Thank you very much.
Those can I go take a nap now?
Of course. I mean, you can just go to bed if you want.
I'm tired.
See, Bo. Images. There he is with his nose hairs. There's Bo, folks. I used to watch this shit in college.
No comments.
Oh, yeah. See, Sam Owen knows Bo.
What the fuck?
Oh man, how often do you guys go to conventions?
Never anymore, because there are none.
No, but in all honesty, I do Cincinnati Horror Hound and Indianapolis Horror Hound. The reason I haven't done any comic conventions is because obviously the channel's world-class bullshitters. And horror shows, even if you don't like horror movies and you want to hang out with us, that's the best approach because you can take beer to the tables, you can hang out with people. Dr. Coffinails has been to everyone we've ever done in Indianapolis. So just come to the table, hang out. We're going to do more. We're going to be at Star Trek Las Vegas if it doesn't get canceled.
Oh, remember when I told you I had that dream about Dr. Coffinails the other night and he looked nothing like you said he actually looks?
Yeah.
Dr. Coffinails, you were in my dream the other night. You were just like at our apartment and you were like, oh, is it okay from here? I'm like, yeah, come on in. It was really weird. But yeah, you were vaguely Mexican looking in my dream.
Let's see. Bloody Bumper says it was. Dude, I remember. I think I'm almost positive I remember you. When shoot me a message on Facebook. I can't promise anything for this trip because we're only going for a short period of time. Plus, I got a friend that's back home doing all some shit. But when I'm back in town for an extended period of time, hit me up. We'll go up to GameStop. We'll shoot the shit. We'll grab some lunch or something. Jesse will be there. We'll have fun. We won't take her to Skyline. I'm not going to try to convince her to eat Skyline chili or anything like that.
Well, you told me it tastes like lamb korma.
You eat it. If you don't like it, I'll never make
That's
you. I won't.
fine.
It's not a thing like most Cincinnatians return home and have to eat their Skyline. I can take it or leave it.
That's fine. That's like bitches who come out here who are like, oh, I had a 2-hour layover, so I left the airport to go to the In-N-Out and waited in line for half a fucking hour to get a shit-ass burger.
I would go to Shake Shack
Not
anyway.
even good.
Let's see. Our final super chat of the night comes from Stratos Radio Blues. It says, since we're on animated shows, have you been a fan of G.I. Joe, Wing Commander series, or Savage Dragon? Also, anime recommendations, Blue Gender. All right, since I'm getting anime recommendations, I take a picture of all of these because I have a couple streaming services that feature a lot of anime, and anime inspires me to make art. Like I put it on the TV when I draw. Jesse's watching me watch. I'll put like X-Men on or something. I'm just doodling, and yeah. But I have seen Savage Dragon because that's Eric Larson's creation. Well, you wouldn't know who Eric Larson is, but remember how I keep telling you about Image Comics, those group of guys that broke off and did their own companies? That's his creation. That's this guy's Cyberfrog, essentially. And Savage Dragon had a cartoon briefly, and it's still in print, actually. It has a Spawn. Spawn's like the gold standard, though, for creator-owned things.
Chat, by the way.
I've seen a fair amount of G.I. Joe. It's before my time, though. Like, I like it enough that it's always like, Jeff, you want to hang out and watch G.I. Joe? Like, if I was at Jeremy's and he's like, let's put on G.I. Joe and talk. Yeah, of course. G.I. Joe's cool with me.
I've seen some retarded G.I. Joe compilations.
You've watched the PSA ones that we watched together?
God. Fucking
Pork chop sandwiches?
Oh, my God.
Dean Hopesoffel says we should do a convention in New Jersey or Philly. We should do a convention.
Philly!
I would love to do one of those.
They do WizCon in Philly.
We can see how much a table would cost. It's not about really a price. It's if they're going to be like... I think all I want is a table to have space now to sell books and put up the banner and meet people. Like, we don't sell shit normally at conventions. We're going to start, but, that's what it is.
Do you know the brand of the soap?
Diani's.
Diani's. Dion is a goat.
Dion is afraid of horses.
Ah.
Thanks, Pete DeRosa, for joining us, man. Let's see. Jack White says, another difference is that in the spirit world in Yu Yu Hakusho, instead of a big red guy in a suit stamping paperwork, it's a toddler with a binky.
Weird.
That's kind of cool because so what happens in, like, I think it's like the second episode of Dragon Ball Z. So the way it works is Dragon Ball is a show about Goku as a child, right? And he goes and he collects these Dragon Balls and you can make a wish and Dragon comes. And I haven't watched much of that series, but there's a series called Dragon Ball Z when he's an adult. And so I know you've seen that one, but in the very beginning, his brother comes to Earth. He tells him that he's actually an alien, and they fight him. And to fight and kill the brother, he has to hold his brother, and so the blast goes through him and his brother, killing them both in the process. So almost called Golgo. Goku spends all this time in heaven training, and it's weird how the bureaucracy of heaven and hell work in Dragon Ball. It's fun though, because the reason I like it so much is it's an Eastern look on like certain Western religion, and so it's just the way, like, there's a character like Mr. Satan, and just the way they treat it is very interesting. It's how we would look at like certain like Buddhism or something, like a fictionalized version, or like how people might look at Shintoism or stuff like that. So cool. It's a cool concept. I'm a big fan. Eric,
I do like playing around with mythologies. I really enjoyed American Gods. It's like the one video game book I've actually gotten around to reading. And then there's this book I picked up just randomly at a bookstore called Last God Standing. That's a great read about basically God decided, like the traditional Judeo-Christian God decided to come to Earth to try to become a stand-up comedian. And it's great. I don't know if my copy's out here or somewhere, but it's really fun. It's a fun read. But then it basically, in his absence, some of the old gods from like Norse mythology and Greco-Roman mythology all pop up because they're vying for, they're trying to kill him so they can take his place, basically, and try to be relevant again and stuff. And all of it's like sort of based around, one of the really cool ideas in it is that their respective power is based around how many people believe in them. So that's the Greek gods lost so much of their power when pagan mythology fell out of fashion, and it's a really interesting concept. It's really fun and well written. I really like the way
What's
they do
the
it.
series called again? The book?
It's called Last God Standing.
Okay.
Yeah, highly recommend. It's a fun read. Yeah.
Maybe if I'll check it out on Audible because I have all those credits. Because I'm listening to the first chapter of the Thrawn trilogy on the plane. That's why I want you to bring your splitter if you're interested. Not just listen to whatever you want to read, what you want to read. But I need something, because it's like I haven't really gotten into any new music lately. I could listen to my new podcast. I'm into that cult one. Oh, dude. And the conspiracy one about Tupac. Primo. I loved it. Eric Ward, I moved out here in January. I've been living out here for 6 months now. It's been a lot of fun.
Half a year.
Yeah. I mean, the virus and shit's really put the kibosh on stuff we want to do. But I can't complain. We are very happy together. We don't put on for the camera. We're just really happy. Let's see. What up, Tom? This would have been a fun stream, Tom, to have you on and shoot the show with us. I was signing comics, and Jesse was helping me bag them. We were just having a great conversation tonight. So
we can do that for more comic signing streams. Do you want to set up 10 minutes a night? Just do a comic signing series.
Let's do that tomorrow, or not tomorrow. Let's do it when we get back in town. I'll finish them on camera. How's that?
Cool.
Could even do one where we process them. Boom, 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 boom. Just shoot the shit with the audience. Let's see. Our friend Jack White again. Thank you very much for everything tonight, Jack. He says, One Piece and the other two series I recommend are on Netflix. The series you should be out, but the manga, it's far. Hold on. I just can't read this. Too far away. One Piece and the other two series I recommend are on Netflix. And a series you should seek out on manga is Rurouni Kenshin. I've heard of that show. I'll take a picture.
I know a lot about Rurouni Kenshin because of
Torrent?
No, I've actually seen a lot of clips of it too. They made live action movies.
Oh.
I've seen clips of the live action movies because I learned about that because of I think that's a movie that what's his face? Adrian Paul will use fights from for his Sword Experience podcast. Mm-hmm. Fun little fact about me, I worked for Adrian Paul very briefly for a few months to when he was doing the Sword Experience podcast. I'm still pissed at the guy who he was the one who got us the gig. He's the one who saw the opening. He was like, hey, me and my friend will do this. She knows swords, I know podcasting. We both know comedy. We'll be fun, keep it light, and have all this stuff. But he kept fucking up getting the on. And it was like, they brought it. He was supposed to edit it. He never edited on time. They brought in somebody else to edit it for him. So all he had to do was send the files on time. And he fucked that up too. Yeah. And that got ruined. So, which is too bad. I'm like, oh yeah, working for fucking Adrian Paul was kind of awesome. Thanks very much. We were going to get to meet him. We were going to get to go do one of his sword experiences and all this shit.
Is there any way to do it now that we have a bigger following?
I might be something. I might reach out to him and be like, hey, I know this never worked out. This never worked out.
Now, was the only thing that was about editing, you said?
Yeah, and honestly, they brought in someone to edit because he had offered to edit initially. We're getting paid for this shit, too. He had offered to edit initially for a higher price. They brought in a separate editor, which took a pay cut. And it was literally just about sending the files in and whatnot. But, Yeah, I mean, if you're interested in being a co-host, or you pitch the idea, pop culture on those swords.
By the way, Big Ass Punk, yeah, Jesse and I have been a thing for almost a year now. Yeah, tomorrow is technically 1 year since we hung out in Columbus and really just kind of connected. So,
That's true.
because it's technically the 2nd of July on the East Coast.
Tomorrow will be 1 year since we realized we're more than friends.
Yeah, I think we realized it in the build-up to that week, and then we finally. Anyway, we don't need to tell everybody all our personal business. We say that for your channel. Let's see. It's been a fantastic night, folks. Like I said, I had a lot of fun. I love doing these streams. If it wasn't for the YouTube algorithm, or if the thing was big enough where I could do this all the time and just get crazy views on live shows, I'd do it. If I could. Good Morning Pop Culture was fun. It just, like I said, it killed the channel. I loved the community. It was a lot of fun. We had our own catchphrase, working and lurking. We sipping the cups of coffee, all that shit. If we can really make the secondary channel a bigger thing, yeah, I would do it.
Did you guys create the working and lurking phrase? I've heard that a bunch of places now.
All the audience, yeah. One of the audience members, somebody even made me a Good Morning Pop Culture mug.
So yeah,
I might do some Good Morning Pop Culture throwback merchandise when we launch our store.
That's cool. Well, I've heard people throw that out there now. It's insane. What are you two guys gonna make out for the audience?
Looking for a kiss.
I should drop my food.
There you go, folks. Give the people what they want. Let's see.
That's
Jack White.
PG make-out
Yeah. Believe it. We could end with the Corona kiss if you wanted. Let's see. Jack White says there's an app you can get called the Viz Media app. It's $2 a month and you get access to a bunch of different manga series. Now, is it Jack? Is it like one of those ones where it like formats the books for digital? Because there's a bootleg website I use. It's just high def scans. But there's one service where you can tap it and it'll zoom in on each panel and read it not read it for you, but move around the page with just a tap. It's interesting. Cool. I'll check it out. I used to do read the Viz Media Pokemon books back in the 90s. Those were a lot of fun. So the name of the secondary channel, I'll share the link. It's GMPC Good Morning Pop Culture. It's let's see. Let me find it real quick. I'll share that link. Because like I said, I know there's a demand for all this stuff.
You have a zillion links open. It's insane.
Oh, this was all for the video I made today. I'm going to close them out at the end of the day.
So you wonder why your browser runs so slowly.
That's true. My own fault. So yeah, folks, if you actually just if you type in GMPC, Good Morning Pop Culture, that'll show you the official World Class Bullshitters archive. There you go. Link is in the chat. It'd be fun. If I didn't live on the West Coast, I would still do Good Morning Pop Culture every once in a while, but to get up at 3 a.m. to do it is not feasible. We go to bed at 1 sometimes. If there's ever a thing where if I'm by myself for like a weekend, let's say you have to go somewhere for friends and I can't go or some shit, then I'll do them on the weekends while you're gone. Or when we travel,
you just come with me and do them in the more favorable time zone for that shit.
When we do travel on Eastern time zone, I have done those. I did one in Texas. Can't think of the word. I can't speak.
You also could occasionally just do a Good Morning Pop Culture geared towards West Coast listeners because you do have those too.
It's true, I do.
Because I don't think any of that's the thing, is none of you're so concerned about your East Coast audience. You got a whole West Coast audience that's excluded because them bitches ain't waking up at 3 a.m. to listen to GMPC.
Canadian Collector says that's the power of love. Yes. It's a great one. Jack White, thank you very much again. He says, last super chat, One Piece is really long at 984 chapters, but it's worth it. I've heard it's super long, but if I get into it, why would I be mad that it's super long? Because
I'm excited. If I get into something, I'm thrilled when it's longer.
Dude, I've read over 900 issues of Spider-Man comics. And people are thinking, Jeff, there's only 800 and something issues from the Amazing line, but that takes into account spectacular, sensational, ultimate. I've read the entire Ultimate initial run, so yeah, I'm all about that, Jack. And again, thank you very much for everything. So I think it's time. Don't forget the Central Asian audience. I like to think we worry about all the audience here on the worldwide audience on World Class.
Yeah, you get my computers at the East Coast time.
It doesn't change.
East Coast. Yeah.
You keep talking shit.
What are you gonna do, huh? What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna turn off this camera and do something to you right now.
Oh.
I love you too. So, folks, again, thank you for joining us tonight. This was the signing of the comic stream. If you're a backer, we have these beautiful new ones that are going to be coming your way as the replacement. This was what I always wanted it to be, but certain circumstances were out of my hands. But we did it right. It's better than I thought it could possibly be, and it's awesome. I'm super proud of it. And anybody that wants to get one, we'll make them available. There'll be a second printing. There'll be woke busters and all kinds of other stuff. So when you think of independent comic creators, think of me. Keep us in that conversation because we're going to be, the funniest of them all. We keep the comedy and comic books. So, folks, I'm going to head out of here. I got a couple things I have to do tonight. And from all of us here at World Class Bullshitters, thank you. But most importantly, always be excellent to each other.
Go Birds!
No!